everybody.
Woo!
Make noise. Vibe Union fam.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow,
Beautiful
screen of
song.
peace.
From.
Big energy. Big energy is kicked off. Welcome to the first ever Vibration Creation live stream. We're going to be making up a song from scratch right here. These 5 screens that you see on screen are the dream team for that song creation scheme. Let's make it happen. Before we get rolling, before I tell you about who these gorgeous faces are, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the fact that I have the somber privilege right now of getting to be here, getting to breathe clean air, getting to live a good life on, unfortunately, stolen land. Land that was tended to, in my case, by the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation for generations, tens of thousands of years before I got here. And I think the same goes for everyone here. And I think we can make a pledge as we roll into this to have, during the course of this event, especially to have respect for country in the way that we carry ourselves physically on this land, on country. And I want to acknowledge traditional elders, past, present, and emerging. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Emkew. I am your favorite inspirational revolutionary MC, aka Burn Cities Fire. And I am here with Amutha. Say what up, Amutha.
Hi guys, how we doing? Very excited to be here.
Yeah, we got Rhath in that top right corner for y'all.
Woo!
Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo!
We got Jakey Babes right up in y'all, aka J Kepler.
Hello.
And we got Dilly Dave over yonder, the red Olympic ring.
Yeah,
Game of boy. I'm a little game of boy.
He's the man. Really excited to be sharing music with you today. Basically, we have gotten ourselves in a bit of a tizzy over the last 2 years as creatives, as people who are trying to adapt and change up in this different environment. And you know, last year, I don't know if people know this, but we made 20 singles in 6 months, made them, released them, all during lockdown, all during this crazy time where we couldn't get together and meet up. We straight up raised the floor and raised the roof, as Dilly Dave's putting it, and lifted the bar in terms of music creation. And we've since focused on live events and putting things on and building the community stronger. And it's an incredible feeling knowing that y'all are already out here watching. Thank you so much for tuning in, whether you're tuning in live or catching the replay later. It's all here for you. It's all for this community. And we just thought we'd kick things back off in terms of making new music and putting it out into the world. So tonight we're going to get to show you how it's done. Rhath, I believe you can tell us a little bit about the process. I want to know your thoughts on creating in isolation and collaborating in that way when we started doing it last year.
It was a exciting new chance to change how I work. It actually weirdly opened up a lot more not possibilities, but I think a faster turnaround and workflow rather than sitting around and waiting for things to happen. I guess we had the privilege of being locked down, but we had a lot of time on our hands. It was interesting. It was interesting, like doing the back and forth of sending audio files rather than standing in the same room together. Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty bloody proud of what we did during that first big lockdown.
Hells yes. Amutha, how did you find it? You've collaborated with people around the world, and both during that time, but even before, even after. How was it creating? Let's look at something like It Is, Vibration 13 last year.
Yeah, super fun. I don't know. It was weird to create separately from everybody, but sometimes, you know, like there's just the bond that you guys share, and I feel like with Like It Is, it's a really special track. The beat was made by Dreamscape Beats, who is my little brother. A lot of people don't know that, and now you do. Yeah, so that track in particular, I had a special connection with it. But then, you know, everyone went on it and just vibed so hard. I think Dilly, you started it off. And like, you know, it just set the tone with the...
Well, you were tied up with the tie in the no-fly zone.
That was probably so delayed.
Such a nightmare.
But yeah, like to this day, one of my favorite songs to perform, even if I'm not performing in it, one of my favorites. And especially that hook, just makes it. So it's been really good, like learning to collaborate remotely, still trying to work together and vibe on the same stuff, but being separate from one another. It's a skill.
No, for sure. In terms of that skill and coming into it, Jake Kepler, Jake Peltzer, Jay Pelt's dog, the homie. What's it been like going from a bit of bedroom production and maybe messing around with your mates a few years ago to taking yourself seriously as a rapper in, I would say, the past year or so that you've really stepped into it? What's that experience been like for you and being a part of Vibe Union?
Well, I just had a moment there to think about whether or not I take myself seriously.
You
But
should.
it's been really gorgeous. Like, from going to a place where I think originally I wasn't even really willing to admit to myself that I really enjoyed rapping and I really enjoyed writing in particular and making music. I think there's something that's really revealing about the process of writing lyrics that I found pretty intimidating right at the beginning, and so just kind of shied away from it for a while. Like, mostly it was just rapping in my car and just saying ridiculous stuff in that kind of setting. And to have hung out with yourself a couple of times, to have gotten those little bits of like encouragement, dip my first toes into making music, and to have had it just pay off again and again in how enriching and satisfying and how much it all just seems to line up in that perfect kind of way. And stepping into the community of Vibe Union has been just this beautiful unfolding where just the more I've done it, the better it's been. And I can't describe how grateful I am to be here now collaborating with y'all, with with some folks watching as well. That's really lovely.
Super exciting. You mentioned rapping along in your car and just saying some silly stuff, letting it come out into the world. And I think someone that embodies that vibe, that feel, is the man, the myth, the legend, Dilly Dave. Dilly, what are we setting out to do tonight, and how are you feeling about it?
It's back to the roots, baby. We're no strangers to this. It's what we started doing in a way,
Yeah.
at least
Yeah.
together. So I guess we're combining where we started with where we are now, doing these live shows, pivoting in times of dire straits. And we're combining like what we used to do, which was collaborate remotely and still have a vibe while doing it, still like being pals and having a good time while doing it. And now we want to share that process with you and hopefully make some fucking good new shit.
Yeah, no shit.
No
No
shit.
All right, time for a new segment just because this is an option here on StreamYard. Oh, no. I wanted it to do like have all 5 of the faces side by side and we'd like do the Fox News, everyone yelling over each other type moment. But I don't think we get exactly that. But just a lot of love coming in through the comments, really appreciating this connection, and a lot of people here to get some value out of it, and enjoy it for themselves as well. I'd open the floor to everyone here. What do you think someone watching this is can expect to take away from today's session?
Okay,
All at
well.
once.
Hey,
This is going to be the Fox News moment.
All right. Wait, rock, paper, scissors?
All right. Ready?
Right. Okay, you go.
That's
You go.
Well, actually, I guess the only way I can reflect on this question is by going into what I feel like I'm going to get out of this. And usually when I'm creating, especially with other people, it's about tapping into a certain kind of vibe. So by tapping into my own vibe, I feel like there is some kind of collective energy about that. So I'm hoping the lyrics are inspired by something that we all need to hear. And that's in the case of everyone here. I feel like everyone has the capacity to do that.
Very well put. Yeah.
Well said.
Jay Kepler, what you got for us?
That's really gorgeous, Amutha, because what I was about to say was what I was hoping I would take away from it. So for you to open what you were saying with what you did, that's really beautiful. I was going to say a bit of a reminder and an opportunity to remember that in spite of the fact that we're in the situation that we're in regards to, spending a lot of time inside and not as much time necessarily out and about with the people that we love as we would like, we still have these opportunities to come together and do the things that we love with people and to share in a sense of community. And that's what I'm grateful for coming into this. That's what I'd hope to take away from it.
Am I allowed to pipe in?
I'll allow
No.
it.
The floor is yours.
Oh, sorry.
We need to keep making stuff.
Yes. Amen.
And it's easier with friends.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Really well put. And I think that's exactly it, is we're expecting to make some music here. We're going to build very much from the ground up. And I think what's really exciting about tonight is hearing, like you said, actually, Minty, really great comment, different perspectives and processes. I think
Nice.
in terms of lyricism, style of delivery, even workflows, you're going to get to see a lot of those. And obviously the production work that Rhath is going to be putting into this track creation, you're going to get to see all of that over the course of the next hour and a half to 2 hours. And in that process, what we'd love for folks to do is to drop in comments. My role actually tonight is not to be a part of the music creation, but more to facilitate the dialogue between yourselves watching along at home on the live stream and the artists here. So if you've got questions about how someone's coming up with some of the stuff that they're coming up with, if you want to know whether those Glen 20 or hand sanitizer bottles are going to feature in the track, drop those comments below. And on that front, before we get rolling right into this, just wanted to shout out all the excellent work that's been done and is continuing to be done during these seemingly never-ending, constantly being extended lockdowns. It is really exciting. If you haven't seen it yet, the Vibe Union channel does have a podcast as well. And we just dropped a new episode. Dilly, Dave, do you want to tell us a little bit about that conversation between yourself, Minty, and Emily Patton Brown?
Yes. So Emily Padding Brown is a eco warrior, artist, big time creative, somebody who's been making these series of videos called Do What You Can, and they're just tips and ideas around sustainability and doing what you can. So Minty, Emily, and myself really explored these ideas in a fun and open way, and I really recommend you check it out. Good vibes.
Awesome. Yeah, so go check that out. If you haven't done so already, please go hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're following Vibe Union on Instagram as well for the latest updates. YouTube is more or less where we are releasing most of our content, so this is definitely the place to be. Thank you and well done on being a part of this channel. And this is where all of the jamming is going to be happening. So let's bring us back right here, right now into this moment. A process that could normally take a number of weeks, we're going to whittle down to about 90 minutes of exhilarating, exciting, entertaining, educational content for you kind, lovely folks. What we're going to be starting off with is we're going to hear a beat, and that's going to be supplied by our beat maker, producer, chief in residence, Rhath, and he's going to play us a little something now, and then we're going to have a bit of a chat about it. Then we're going to say farewell to our lyricist as we tune into Rhath as he begins expanding on that beat and that skeleton. So without much further ado, homie Rhath, do you want to show us what you're doing? And let's get ready with these reactions.
Jump over here. Good. I hope that all looks good for you guys. I can't see it.
Right?
I know we said this is starting from scratch, but to take a little bit of the pressure off, I gave it the bare bones treatment. I listened to a track and I wanted to sort of start by emulating the drums and then see if we can take it in a totally new direction. I'm not going to tell you what track I was inspired by or stole. You can word that however you want to. Let's just play this beat and see what it is. It's just some drums and keys at the moment, and then we're gonna take it further from there. There you go. That's a loop. That's a loop.
So good.
That's a loop. Divine loop.
Dusty
I could-
as hell.
That's a
I could
loop.
loop that for infinity and still be satisfied every time.
That's a good loop.
And it's just
Infinity.
started. It's just started. It's gonna get better.
Man.
Oof.
Love your work, Rhath. Love your work.
Yeah, phenomenal. As
All right,
always.
so I
The
believe
vandal
we've-
becomes the muse.
Slapping on
the
cheeks.
vandal becomes the muse. So I believe we all have a copy or a version of that loop that we can play around with. Before I get you guys all to break off, what happens next for you as a lyricist? Amutha, what happens for you now? You've just been given a loop. You've got the beat. What's the first thing you're going and doing with it?
I've had a very interesting day. So what I usually do is kind of tune into all the things that have happened and how they made me feel. And then I play the track and just freestyle and see what comes out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Would now be a good time actually as a group to have a bit of a think about theme and concept altogether?
Totally. Yeah.
What are our sort of first reactions and takeaways from hearing that? Amutha, while you're here?
Again, I'm kind of channeling the vibe of the day. And the way that track made me feel is kind of pointing towards this idea of leaving the past in the past and like allowing yourself to keep moving through life without letting your baggage hold you in one place.
Mm-hmm. Moving on, letting go, leaving the past in the past. What's that conjuring for you, J. Keps? What are you feeling off of that?
Like slowing down,
Mm-hmm.
taking things one step at a time. I also felt sleep, but
Well, sleep.
Oh, you
It's a
give me an
relaxing
idea for
vibe,
how I'm
right?
starting this
Oh,
track
okay.
off.
Ooh, very
Thanks very
cool.
much for that.
There's like a very lush kind of there was sort of this chimey element over the top, right? That had that sort of lullaby, kind of almost like glockenspiel you'd hear, and there's like lullaby little wind up things. I don't know. Maybe I'm imagining shit. Now that you've said sleep, I think I'm just going down.
You definitely are, but you're also taking me in the right direction. So thank you. For that.
A
Nice.
vibration
So good.
creation.
Hey.
Yeah.
Very cool. Dilly Dave, what about you? What were your first thoughts when you heard that beat?
So I'll answer two questions.
Oh, yeah.
First one is what my first thoughts were. My first thoughts were like sharing sadness, which I guess is a reflection of probably not only my position but many people's position at the moment. But yeah, my idea of it's better to share the sadness than to either keep it inside you and let it manifest in other ways. And I think the second part of the question, which is like you were talking about what's the process, for me, I think my goal or my aim is to create a lovely loop that would be the remedy to said blues and sadness through sharing it.
Okay, so lyrically, you'll actually want to devise a loop to go with the loop. Is that no?
Well, what is a hook, my friend?
That's where there we go. I just handballed that, and you alley-ooped it. It was great.
COVID.
From downtown. It's good.
Shoot from anywhere, baby.
Shoot. Exactly right. Okay, cool. So, Amutha, you said you like to get straight on the mic and freestyle. You actually don't really write words down. You got that Jay-Z, Lil Wayne kind of type thing going on, don't you?
No, I will just freestyle, but I will write them down afterwards. But
Okay.
I repeat them so many times. I have the lyrics there because when I upload a video, I copy the lyrics over. But yeah, I guess I just practice it so many times that it just gets into my head. So it doesn't seem like much of a thing to me, but I guess it is something I've trained myself to do.
Yeah.
I write it down for convenience sake for later on, but I am just constantly singing it over and over. So there is memorizing it in that way.
Cool. And Dilly Dave, you like to freestyle straight away as well? Is that you just get words and sounds out into the room?
A little bit. I try and get it straight to the screen, straight to the page, though.
Okay.
I figure out some melodies and maybe a pattern or a pattern idea, and then I'm like, all right, I have to write as much on that. I have to mine that. And that's just I go from there.
And so what you've got a Word document or something, and maybe we might even catch
Yeah.
a screen share or something like that from you a little
Yep.
bit later. Yeah,
Absolutely.
cool. Very cool. Now, and Jake, what about yourself? What does that process look like for you? What's the first thing you're now going to go and do? You've got the loop and playing around with it.
My process can be kind of all over the place. one time I wrote a verse whilst I was driving, like I was just driving along on a highway out to Gippsland, and I just spent like an hour and a half just freestyling over this same beat and just basically building off of what I was saying and just going through it over and over, adjusting little things. Other times I'll freestyle a little bit and then I'll catch whatever that is and then I'll start building off of it more in a kind of, I don't know, intellectual, like language based way where it's like I'm looking at the page and I'm coming up with stuff based off of that and just sitting there. Yeah, it's maybe even like writing down related words or whatever, like things that I feel might flow together well.
Okay, cool. All right, sweet. Well, I'm really digging all these different approaches. Personally, I'm a big fan of having it in my ears for a little while, as long as I can, and then just starting to say words and coming back to, for example, Like It Is. I just kind of had that beat loop playing for about 20, 30 minutes, walking around my room, saying words in different ways, and scatting and finally finding a flow. And like you said, Dilly, then writing down that pattern and then just like boom, to boom, to boom, to boom, to boom. What else goes with that? And mining
I learned
it
a bit of
until
that from you, from sure. I
Oh,
learned
yeah?
a little bit of that from you, for sure.
Well, yeah, it's a
Thanks,
fun
mate.
process. Oh, mate, no whacking furries. So look, it's a great time. Everyone's got their process. I'd love to see in the comments if people want to share if your process sounds similar to any of the three that we've heard, or if you do something wildly different. We'd love to know about it. Maybe try and incorporate it into today as well. If anyone's got ideas for rhymes or bars or lines or something that they might like to see or feel like are a good fit here, that'd be dope as well. But Amutha, Dilly, J-Caps, before or suggestions. Before I take you guys off screen, any sort of parting thoughts before you sort of bury your heads and start your writing process?
I'll go first.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for coming. That was well said. I was going to say, let it rip.
All right. Well, then in that case, without much further ado, let's go over to Rhath and see what the homie can cook up for us.
Let's do it. I'm going to do that. Has Mash left me? Oh dear, I've made a mess of the screen. There we go. Fix it all up. So very sorry about that.
No, you are so fine. I'm going to hang out here, if even that.
Cool. You hanging out with me, yeah?
Yeah, I'm here to the side, and I'm just going to... More of a verbal Jackson Pollock type of human is what we've got from username unknown Jason. And just while we're here as well, how important is... Oh, hello.
Sorry. That's going to be
no, that was great. Rhath, how important is the little tag that we've got, the bottom chain where you've got your FX and things stacked? Like, if I wanted to bring up a comment and things, maybe just let me know and I'll hide the other stuff behind.
What do you mean? Sorry.
Sorry, just on screen. So if I've got like a comment tagged, or
are we talking about?
It's going over your FX
right.
chain. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. If someone has a particular question about FX chains, then we can take it away.
Mm-hmm.
You can take away my tag and just bring it up every now and then.
Oh yeah, easy done. Also, actually,
I can't see the StreamYard stream because they'll just.
Yeah, it'll do a whole echoey thing.
Yeah.
No, feel ya.
Yeah.
Just a quick shout out as well. All of our artists tonight, myself included, we're volunteering our time to bring this entertainment, this education for you, and actually for the greater purpose of Vibe Union. So if you are able, and I know that this is not the case for everyone, just by being here, you're contributing and supporting us as well. But if you're in a position where you're able and you can spare a few dollars to check them in the tip jar down below, is there a link in description? I believe that there is.
Great question. Let me actually do the thing real quick. I guess you can check.
Yeah, that's cool. Leave that with me, and I'll have a look in that. So either there is now, or there might be later, a link in description for people to donate and pitch in, and it helps us to keep going, keep these events running, and build up to a point where we don't have to volunteer our time and we can involve even more artists from further afield. But yeah, enough of my rambling. I'm just going to mute myself. Rye, if you want to talk us through your production process, what have we got here? We've got 4 tracks and you're sort of now auditioning for sounds. Is that right?
That is correct. Also, by the way, Mash, I've dropped the PayPal link in the private chat there for you. But yeah. Oh, okay. So what is happening is while we were chatting, I actually already had a bunch of ideas. So I've grabbed a bunch of things that I think I'm going to use, which tends to be the case once I've got kind of the start of things. Once I got that basic loop, then I just start grabbing sounds that I think will fit, and now I'm going to start playing around with them. But first of all, this track ain't got no bass, so we're going to mess around with the 808, and I've gone for a really filthy 808. As a bit of a juxtaposition to the really relaxed beat, which I think will be a lot of fun. However, I need to find what key I'm in first of all. Let's figure that out. Oh, it's way too loud. Safely say it's F sharp. So let's mess around with this 808 in F sharp. I'm going to grab a tuner and make sure my 808 is tuned to the right note. That should be good. That's my C. Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, Rhath, a bit of a question from the crowd. What are you using to find the notes? Is this just a process of elimination? Not that, until you hit it?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just meddling around. In fact, I'm not even playing on a real keyboard. I'm actually playing on my computer keyboard, which I actually used to own a bunch of. I still own a few, but I used to own way more synthesizers and MIDI controllers. And I just realized that I was actually just using my computer keyboard and mouse for almost everything I was doing. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to scrap all that and just work with this. But yeah, in terms of just finding the key, yeah, I'm just playing around until I find the root note that, or what I think is the root note, what sounds like kind of like the bass of the track, and then start playing around. If I'm playing, see if it's a minor third or a major third, to see if I'm in a minor or major key. Yeah. I wish I had more kind of a more like explain like I'm 5 tutorial than that, but that's kind of what I'm doing.
Yeah, fair enough. You're sort of finding the notes that work and going more by ear than by necessarily a particular theory. Talk to me about these sounds. Sorry if we're a little bit too interrupty, but talk to me about where you got these sounds from. You like to use a sound library, don't you, to kind of pull some samples? And where are these keys coming from?
So yeah, I subscribe to Noise, spelled N-O. Actually, you can see it here on the side. Noiz. Yeah, it's a sample library. It's so the website, you pay a monthly fee. It's like Spotify, but for samples. You just go through, you start previewing some samples, and you think, yeah, cool, I want that kit. I want that pack. And when you download that pack, for example, we've got Crate Dig and Hip Hop here, and it comes with a bunch of, you won't be able to hear any of this, but it comes with a bunch of samples. We've got various bass hits. We've got loads of different full drum breaks. Actually, I can show you kind of what that sounds like. So you got loads of drum breaks, bass lines. Yeah, pretty much anything you could ever possibly want in sample packs for a monthly fee, which is awesome. I think the only thing is some people feel like it sort of starts to get to the realm of cheating. But I try and flip the samples as much as I can, change them up. But also I believe that the audience doesn't matter, and whatever inspires you, just keep moving. That's my motto.
So that's it. It's that. There tends to be some
that's
debate
way too-
between. That's a loud
That's
sub
way-
bass.
Yeah, it's way too fucking much.
It's like a mid bass.
Yeah, that's that needs to be way low. All right. Nope. No, that's not right either. What do I want? Though I've tuned this, it sounds out of tune. And I think I've made a mistake. Yeah, I had a fuzz plugin, a distortion on there, and I have decided that that's just too much. I'm just gonna switch my speakers real quick. I'll try and do more talky at some point, but now I'm confusing myself with this bass, which is messing me up. In fact, I might actually...
It's all right, man. Just let the music do the talking.
I might switch to a different... Oh, maybe this one. Oh, that's way nicer. That was a mistake, but it worked.
It sounds like it's leading towards a chord change of some kind or some kind of transition, like just the where that bass was sitting there.
Yeah. I kind of want it to feel like that, but then kind of be a fake out almost. Yeah. I want simple. If I keep getting too bogged down in the bass line, then we're not going to get anywhere. I think that's fine as it is, and I actually quite like that. Little bit of star of the bar. Let's just make sure people know where the star of the bar is. Always put cymbals at the start of the bar. It sounds like such a simple thing, but I saw that once of just like this long time beat maker and producer, and he just made this point, just like, think about every rock song, think about every disco song, think about almost any song, like there's a crash at the start of the chorus, and he sees too many producers not do it. So I've used a gong, but not a gong, just a mallet ride. Ooh, I like it. Now I love that bass. Now I'm really fucking happy with it.
And that's it. It took a little bit of work, a little bit of experimentation. You took one of the effects off it. You said you had something fuzzy on it. Then it went real soft for a while, but now it's sitting in a really nice spot, I think, sound-wise. Can we get some love for bass in the comments? Let me see them bass emojis, bass clefs, bass vibes.
I've also just made a really subtle change to the second time it comes around, just so now this is like a full 8-bar loop. Little things like that. I used to go too overboard. I used to try and add too much variation and things just sounded cluttered. But sticking to the original, really, really closely to the original sound. And then there's... It's so similar, but it tricks the brain into being like, okay, cool. It's different now. I really like that gong. But I think we need
Didn't know you were getting a gong bath tonight, did you?
Still want a classic rhyme though as well.
It's a peachy bass, Minty D. Thank you kindly.
There it is. Oh, there it is. Wait. Yeah. Oh, ridiculous. I'm also going to use Ozone Imager 2 on this to make it really wide. I don't know if that'll come through on stream properly, but on my end, it's just got that ride now is just super, super wide, and sounding really lush.
As Dilly Dave would say, we've got the broadband, but we don't have that width, and we're trying to get that bandwidth, but it's not as wide as what you're hearing, man. All right, Rhath, what if we love you and leave you for a minute? We're going to check in with Jay Kepler, see how he's doing, and come back to you in a bit. Yeah.
I'll have it much more polished by that point.
Keen to hear how you're doing then. All right, Jay Kepler, come on, let us know how you're going, my man.
Hey, I gotta unmute my tab. Pardon me, just 1 second, man. Okay, hello. How we doing?
Real good. How's it been riding on that beat?
Honestly, like I've been experiencing some writer's block as of late,
Okay.
and I'm just not having that issue on this track because Rye is a production genius. So, it's going pretty well. Trying to think about what I said before about my process and everything, and if it ended up being true or if I was just spewing poo. Pardon me for my language.
Well, you're obviously in the rhyme zone right now. You're sort of dropping in bars. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I did do what I was talking about, actually. I did a little bit of freestyling, and then I basically got once I had that, I just kind of felt out whatever the flow felt like it wanted to be based off the groove of the drum pattern and everything. And yeah, it's really interesting because obviously there's some sense of structure in it, but it's really, I feel it as a process of marrying like the intellectual aspect of your minds with that unconscious aspect that just does shit, and trying to hone in on exactly what's going on there gets difficult really quickly. But is this a time to share what I'm going on so far?
Yeah, if you're feeling ready to share, I think some people would love to hear it. What was
Hell
like the sort of first line, first words that came to you, and then take it away from there.
First words that came to me were, "Am I doing enough?" And let me know if this is coming through and how the levels are. How's that?
Real good, real nice.
Nice.
I'd maybe bring the beat down a little bit compared to you.
Okay. Cool. How we doing here? How we doing like that? Nice. Am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? Am I really doing enough? Am I doing enough to feel like I'm a thrive? Cause I never aim so low as to celebrate just surviving. Trying to be the best I can be. Feels pretty fucking hard when I can't even leave my goddamn home, let alone my own head. And it don't really help that I'm wasting time in my bed. But if I'm so fed up with fear and I don't know what I'm saying here, cause I haven't gone this far in my notes just yet. That's it, mate.
I know you freestyled that at the end, but it felt like it was part of it.
Well, hey, if it actually made sense in context, then maybe I just use that. All right, let's. Boom. Oh, this is such a nice beat. Far out. Yeah.
Rhath
Did we say that he was ready?
Almost.
Almost. Staying steady here.
Staying steady. I just want to hear. Yeah. So where do you go from here now? What happens
from here?
Yeah, you've got more lines to write, but what are you looking at in terms of rhyming, in terms of like delivery as well?
Well, I feel like what I was doing right before I came on here was basically playing with those last couple of lines. Like I was sort of halfway through a line just before I came on, like, but if I'm so fed up with fear. And I guess what I'm kind of going there is just like throwing random vibes through my head of if there's a particular rhythm through that or everything leading up to it that I want to play off of, or I'll basically just like go through what feel like the stronger parts of what I've been saying up until that point and see if there's any words or anything like that that jumps out at me. And
cool.
Just test out a few things.
Yeah. Well, that's it. All right, man. Well, we'll leave you to some more testing, but just a comment from the chat as well. Luki Linares from France is tuning in and vibing with you and saying freestyling is the hardest thing to do, but you pull it off so well. You make it good. You make it look easy. And great job, man. Keep writing, keep it up, and we'll come back to you in a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Kepler. All right, it's been a lot of fun already. I'm learning, and it's cool to see people's process in action, especially Rhath on the production side of things, because I do not fancy myself a producer whatsoever. I've got Ableton, and I know how to like tap things into it, but it's not really my jam, and I do like to focus in on the lyrics a lot more. But yeah, it's lovely seeing all these comments coming through. Lucas, Lucy, thank you so much for chiming in and for joining us. Kelsey Jean, really vibing with Jay Kepler. That's a usual connect. There's a lot of mutual love there between the two, both as artists, as humans, and very gorgeous vibes in the chat. Diane, Minty D, really bringing that energy, bringing that love, bringing those vibes, and it's such a treat. And in terms of treaty and very nice vibes, next up, we got the homie Dilly Dave coming through. So Dilly Dave, are you ready?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dilly Dave is on screen.
All right,
he's He's a rap hooligan, a rap vagabond. Well, what would you call
Yes.
yourself? A rap something?
I'm certainly more hooligan than hood, I'll tell you that much.
Hey, I ain't Robin Hood. I ain't Robin
Ain't
Hood.
Robin Hood. Ain't from the hood. Ain't from the hood. It's true.
Yeah, it's true. He's not from the hood, but he brings us those hooded, cloaked, mysterious vibes. Dilly Dave's about to show us a little bit of what he's been writing and lay down some lyrics for us as well. What kicked you off? What were
Yeah.
the first words that came into your head as a lyricist for this?
I'm giving you a brief taste. I don't have a page full of anything, but yeah, going off from my initial approach, which was like, or idea, or vibe, or feel, or theme, which was sharing sadness and kind of turning that into a nice melody and remedy in a way. So I guess what I'll do, I think I'll just like play the beat and hum along a little bit and kind of show some ideas I've been playing with.
Hum away, hummingbird.
Does that come through nice? Yeah? Does it come through nice? Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na-na-na. Bum, 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 bum. That kind of thing. Da-na-na-na-na-na. And maybe there's like a back and forth, like two voices, like da-na-na-na-na-na. Right. Da-na-na-na-na. That kind of comes in deep or something. I've written a couple lines. Here we go. Dilly, hey, if I'm feeling broken, heavy with a heartache, feeling real pent up, I should deal with darkness. Da-na-na-na-na. Yeah, so I'm kind of going on that kind of vibe at the moment. Yeah, and I guess after I do that little singy part, I'll try and tag or switch it up into a little bit of a something like that.
I see you often implementing, and it's so effective. It's so effective because it brings the listeners in. You start with generally a melodic, a lot more sparse kind of an approach, and then you kind of build up. It's almost like you will give us, like 3 syllables to a bar. Sorry, let's say 8 syllables to a bar or something. But then you'll start beefing that up as the rap expands out, and it gives us this feeling of development and growth through the course of the track. That's kind of what you're describing there as well? So you're starting off.
Yeah, absolutely. Another element of that, and I think it's just another way to articulate it, is it's just a easier way to gradually build flow. You know what I mean? It's cool when people can punch in and do the thing, but I feel like for this track, it's more of like a gradual wave and, dip and flow kind of thing. Yeah.
Cool. Any other sort of thoughts? Any other feels? If you could kind of get something specific out of one of the other artists that we've got on this, what would you like to
Okay.
see them do? Or, I
Cool.
guess because you probably weren't listening when I brought Jay Kepler just on before.
I only caught the tail end. It is all
Right, yeah.
caught. And
Yeah.
and all I caught from like the after we just dipped out was the introduction of the 808 or the bass in the track. So I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell's happened
Mm.
since, but I don't think it matters at this point, right? In a way.
Yeah, no, exactly. Hopefully Rhath has not decided to change to like 3-4 time or something like that while we've been away.
Right.
But yeah, okay, cool. And
Okay, so what I expect from other people,
yeah,
so it's Amutha and Jcaps. So when I was writing this, I guess, start of my piece, whether it's a hook or part, the first start of a verse or passage or bridge or whatever the hell it could be, I was definitely thinking about, letters, and the back and forth as well. So, with the two voices, whether they're either just laid or it is like almost like a call and response thing. I think Amutha would be really cool for that. Yeah. Jake Heps, on the other hand, very interested to see what the wordsmith comes up with. He's kind of like a more suburbia intellectual, younger quizzical Eminem, I would say. So unpredictable, a wild card, if you will. Newer in the ranks, we have seen him do splendid things both on the pad and the freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, honestly, I don't know what to expect, but I'm excited, and I think everyone else should be too. I think he's going to be, maybe esoteric, cerebral, and spectacular. They're my 3 words.
Very cool. Esoteric, spectacular, and cerebral.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You're all of those things and then some, Dilly Dave. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with us. Keep on practicing, keep on writing, and we'll come back. We'd love to hear you actually lay down your vocals and see your recording process. I think that'd be really cool to watch.
Cool. Alf, bloody
Dope, man.
catching a bit. Enjoy.
Yeah, catch you in a bit, mate. Much love. Remove. All right, folks, we have been at this for about 51 minutes and 53 seconds. And if you're like me, chances are you've been sat down for all of that time. That's a long time to be sat down, even if you've been wildly gesticulating and super excited. So before we go to Amutha, I just want to remind everyone to stand up, have a bit of a shake, have a bit of a boogie, let your limbs loose. Yeah. And then let's get back down. Just wanted to show you all my track pants. Short yoga sesh, mini yoga, lazy man's yoga. It's a good time. Who needs to learn yoga when you can just do that? All right, ladies and gentlemen, without much further ado, I'd like to bring on our next lyricist vocalist. Bless you, Bling Al. Also remember to hydrate and remember to be kind to your everyone's. All right, now Amutha, you kicked us off in terms of thinking about theme, thinking about letting go and moving on. Have you let go and moved on from that theme, or are you still sticking with that?
You know, it was so weird, Mash. I had a huge battle inside me because generally I actually don't say out loud what I'm going to be exploring. So I actually felt restricted by my own doing. Because, like, you know, I've never really planned things out. I kind of just jump in and do the thing. So it was kind of weird to me to say something and then be like, oh, do I actually have to stick to that now? Because what if I don't feel like talking about that? So I started and I hated everything I did. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. No, I'm not going to let go of that. I'm going to just freestyle. And I tried to get into freestyle and that wasn't working for me. And then I had this huge thing of like, oh my God, have I lost my ability? Am I getting stage fright? What's going on? And then I was like, you know what? No. It's a necessary parameter. Just don't freak out. Just try it. Let it flow. Tell a story. Do your thing. It's all good. The world's not over. It's fine. It's not that deep. I think after I chilled out a bit, I kind of got into it. And yeah, I have a tendency when I write to like make sure that there's a bit of a resolve. It's very rare that I'll write a track that's just purely depressing. I think I like to kind of start off with that heaviness, but then also recognizing like our true power. So the track kind of starts off maybe a bit more like dark. It's silence is creeping in. I'm not ready for this. Violent tormenting of my sanity. Why am I doing this to me? And as it kind of continues, you know, I don't know how much of this Rye will use. I'm just going to give him a lot and he can chop it up as he pleases. But it kind of ends. So you go through this period of almost like mocking yourself, like, oh God, silly me. I forgot to tell myself that this shit is in the past and it's not happening to me now, that kind of thing. You're saying it's an old formula that you keep applying. And then kind of recognizing like, all right, cool. I have a certain level of awareness about what I'm doing now. And then it becomes and if I blink once, I might just fall even further and miss my sense of being now. I am being now. I'm seeing now. I'm receiving now. So recognizing that like there is a choice almost in like kind of jumping off that flat platform and like going further into like obsessing over the past and stuff. And obviously this is on my own personal connection with that idea. I know everyone has their own struggles and different ways of processing things, so this is not me implying it's that easy, but for me personally, I think that's the journey I go through when I indulge in my obsession of things that have happened to me.
Mm-hmm. And that it's that multitude, right? It's appreciating that the creative process is not spontaneous. It's not just random. It is the expression and actually the channeling of a lifetime of experience, a lifetime of everything that you've gone through, every interaction that you've had, those moments, and that life is speaking through you when you're channeling, when you're getting on the mic, when you're writing something
That's it.
down, when you're dancing, when you're knitting,
Yeah.
whatever the creative expression it is that you're doing, it's both right now in the moment and also historical and everything that carries through. And,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Your experience is the structure of the creativity. The creativity will come so uniquely through everyone because everyone has their own foundation to build upon. So that's a beautiful point. Thank you for saying that.
Oh, hey, just re-summarizing. We'd love to hear what if you've got something you'd like to share, or even just give us a bit of a rehearsal delivery of what you've worked on so far.
Look, I actually have no idea how, like I've literally just finished writing it down so I could repeat it back to you, but I don't know at all how it goes. So I'll have to actually rehearse it a little bit before I give you anything. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. We can't wait to come back to you and have a
Cool.
listen and see how you're doing. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
that's really cool. It's good to know that process and good to know that it's actually really okay to kind of not like the initial concept and
Yeah.
despite, and you know, when you have that feeling of I'm kind of boxed into this, I kind of have to do this. No, you don't. Feel free to break free of those shackles,
Yeah.
especially understanding the stakes. Like I think if Eminem or like, if some big artist reached out to me and said, I need a verse from you tomorrow, I would just like write obsessively and just go, that's the theme and I have to do it and not move past it, But when the stakes are, we're hanging out, we're making stuff together, and it's pretty spontaneous, and we know that we're going to have time to edit and go back, then I think it's really okay to like liberate yourself, take that breath, and move along. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that perspective. I think we needed to hear that tonight.
Mash. Awesome. Thank you for bringing me in.
Awesome. My pleasure. All right, we'll catch you in a little bit.
Catcha.
There we go. How are we doing at home, folks? If you're watching along, I'd love to have some thoughts. It's really great seeing these comments come in. Love to drop in, see which, yeah, absolutely. And I think it's a really cool way. Even when we were thinking about this, we were like, well, we want to get together and make a track, pardon me, anyway. But it would be really cool to get to see that process and actually getting to share it all. So this is very much an experiment in one, is it even possible to create a track and make it via live stream that is somewhat entertaining, somewhat engaging? And it's really nice to see the comments and the feedback coming through. Thank you to everyone who shared this video out as well and thought that it might be of value or of use to someone else. But I'd love to see in the comments, what are you getting out of this so far? What have been your particular key highlights while you've been tuned in to this live stream? And what are you up to right now? What are you creating? What are you working on? Are you keeping your hands busy while you're watching us on screen? Or are you, doing something else? Or is this like your active attention? Whatever engagement, whatever thoughts you'd like to share with us, we'd love to hear them. What's going on, Lil Zay? Shouts out, Lil Zay. Zay is a mysterious figure in the musical underworld of the Melbourne, actually, I would say global music scene. A bit of a tastemaker, bit of an interesting character. So it's he's a bit of an enigma, very critical. He's got a very critical mindset. So it's good to know that Lil Zay's in the mix. Are the artists learning from expressing their process online? I think that's a really good question. I think we need to come back to that. And maybe actually might even be worthwhile asking Rhath. Let me see. Hey man, you ready to come on? So Rhath's waiting in the wings as well, and we'll probably bring him on shortly. Yeah, cool. And yeah, really excited to see what the happy haps are with everyone else around the trappings, around the haunts. But yeah, it'd be really good to know, are the artists actually getting something from this, or is this actually quite difficult to do when, perhaps you'd just like to make some tracks, sat by yourself, have some total me time, you time. Like light bulb moments. Yes. Often, to see how everyone has such a different process, timeline, expression. Yes. Very well said, Kelsey. Kelsey Jean, with the insights, with that empathy as well in that, to know that everyone has a different process. Everyone's feeling different things come up in amongst the creative process. So that's nice to see. Speaking from personal experience as well, there is, even from doing music teaching, but there is so much value and merit in taking the time to share what your process is, to share what it is that you're going through and you're doing, purely because in that time and in that explanation, you end up working out little shortcuts to articulate things to yourself. So it was cool seeing Rhath as well earlier recognize and call himself out before he went down a rabbit hole of further production, further ideas. So let's bring him back on screen, ladies and gentlemen. Let's check in with our beat maker for tonight, Rhath, and see how he's going.
Yeah.
Yo, Rhath, you're on screen, my man. How's it going? How are we sounding over there?
I think it was sounding pretty good. I've added a little lushness to this.
Ooh, like a bit of lush.
Just hit this real quick and then we'll get back to it. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Take it back. Something I've gotten into the habit of doing is freezing tracks and then flattening tracks. And what that's doing is it's basically just pressing the audio. It's like bouncing the audio on that track. So I have to fucking live with my decisions. And it keeps me moving. Rather than sticking with the original plugins. Actually came out of a safety measure though. Because sometimes plugins wouldn't load properly when I brought them back. And so I was like, all right, screw it. I'll just freeze them and flatten them.
So that freezing and flattening just kind of puts those things in place as they are. Is it the equivalent to like resampling? If I resampled onto a different track with all
exactly.
Cool. And can we actually get a bit of a zoom in kind of look at that process? What is that? Is it just a right click and a thing?
Yeah, okay, here's an example. So over here, I've got this new synthesizer that I've brought in. It's running through this one, Analog Lab. And there's a bunch of stuff in here that I'm never going to touch ever again. That said, I don't want to actually lose this one. I'm going to duplicate it just to be safe. And then I'm right clicking on the track. I don't know. I'm sure this is a feature in other DAWs, other audio software. I just don't know. But at least in Ableton, you right click on a track, you hit freeze the track. It's freezing it, which means it's like rendering the audio. And now it's frozen. This is also freeing up a hell of a lot of RAM. So now Ableton it has a rendered version of that track now. It has like a temporary version of that track stored somewhere on the hard drive, and it's just playing that audio rather than re-triggering all of the synthesizers and all the effects and all that kind of stuff.
That's really cool. So for people who've got laptops that might not have the best processing power or RAM, for example, and they're finding that the Ableton is lagging. One tip, hey, what's going on? Final Cut Videography in the chat. Yes, exactly. So if you have some trouble, if you find that when you're recording, your audio lags behind a little bit, that generally is a RAM and processing issue. And it might be that you've got a lot of different effects on. So obviously it's not going to, that freezing isn't going to work on your live recording vocal channel, but it will work on samples and things that you play in, where once, I met someone who works with 80, 90, 100 plus tracks on each with different processing, running through buses and different groups. And freezing, you're saying, is just a really efficient way to save some RAM and memory while you're doing that.
Yeah, 100%. Especially like
Cool.
for someone like myself who makes all of his own beats, and then wants to record his vocals on top of that. I don't actually need the beat playing all of the information all at the same time. Like I don't need all the synthesizers working over time while I'm trying to record my vocals. And so I'll freeze the most intensive parts of the beat basically while I'm recording my vocals, because I still want to go back and edit it later when I'm mixing and stuff like that. But for the time being, however, I'm actually not using it for that method. I'm just freezing tracks, and then I'm flattening tracks, which means it then replaces this track. Because so when it's frozen, I can now right click and unfreeze the track, and all of the information is still there. All the synthesizers and everything is still, all the effects are still there. So that's a great way to save RAM, and then you can still come back and edit it later. However, I'm now going to go flatten it, and now I have just the audio instead.
Cool.
Which means, I stop thinking about the plugin and I just move on. However,
Yeah,
that's it.
nice.
In this particular case, I'm not going to do that.
Cool.
But this is where I'm at so far. Let's have a little look.
Yeah, I'll bring Dilly Dave on to have a bit of a listen and react with me.
Yeah, sweet. Actually, you let me know when he's here. I can't see.
He's here. Yeah.
baby.
Ready
Let
to
it
go.
rip.
Let's hear it.
Let's do it.
It's so nice. So good.
This is one of the more chill beats that I've made in a long
fresh.
time. Oops.
Do you remember So
okay.
Fresh back in the day? We're right back there. 2006, though. Hey. Tinkerbell. Oh. Space out of make a space out of sea out of me. Space out of na 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 na.
That's where we're at.
Very cool. Have you do you know the French electronic duo Air?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, baby.
Those,
Oh yes.
That synth that you've got, that analog synth that kind of whirls up, that it has that kind of vibe to it. Real
100%.
airy. Very nice.
I'm
Now,
a big Air
Yeah.
fan. I'm just
Yeah.
adding one last thing. I'm gonna see if this works right here. Whoa, it's gonna be really loud. Yeah, that might be it. You know that I love to do lots of little drum fills like this.
oh yeah.
That might be it. Maybe too early though.
And then into that ride.
Maybe if I like reverse into it though.
Oof.
Back her up.
Bag her up.
That rhythm's a bit off though. Where does it want to hit?
So just to commentate a little bit,
Oh,
you
there
basically
we-
spliced, you took the track, you made a copy of it by pressing Command D and made a duplicate.
Yeah, Command D to
then
duplicate. Down
Command
here,
R to
bottom left.
reverse. Yeah.
Oh yeah, does Command R?
Or is it? No, just R. One of them. I
Dunno-
feel like one of
dunno
them
if-
does it. True.
Let's see. Ableton should tell me. Don't know. Don't know if there's a shortcut, but you seem to think there is. Maybe you're correct.
Maybe it's a right click and reverse. I'm not sure, but there is a fairly straightforward way to reverse a stem. One of those.
All I
And
know is I'm
then-
going down here in the bottom left and
Oh,
hitting
yeah.
reverse.
Very,
And I'm
hang
just
on, let me
taking-
take away the little thing that is in front
yeah,
of the bottom left.
Just down here.
Yeah, nice. So for all the Ableton users out there, if you're trying to work out how to reverse the thing, if you want to listen to a Led Zeppelin song in reverse, it's actually really easy. Once you've ripped it into Ableton, you just go down the bottom there, click reverse, and you can hear how they are Satan worshippers, apparently. If you haven't heard that, you want to go look it up. Command
Tell you
R
what you
is
should-
rename. You are right, Minty D. Sorry, yes, right.
Tell you what the most common use you should be using it for is to take a cymbal, shorten it, so take a cymbal, reverse it, and then place it just before the beat hits. And take it down like really quiet, like minus 20 dB through the drum bus, and it just brings the track in. There it is. I've so changed my mind on that beat though. Hang on.
All right. Well, you're going to keep working away on this. I know Dilly Dave is feeling pretty ready to lay down some live recordings. So we're going to switch on over to the man, and we'll come
Cool.
back to you in a little bit. But great work, man. Beat sounding really, really full on. It's really starting to expand and grow, which is really cool to see.
She's lush.
Ooh, so lush.
Love your work, Rhath.
Yeah. Dilly Dave, let's hear it, man. What's how
right.
you feeling? Where's it gotten to now?
It's gotten to the point where I've got this hook thing that I want to get down and make sure that's like a juicy nugget, and then send that to Rhath as soon as possible. And hopefully that'll be able to stall and give me enough time to write the rest of the verse. So that's where I'm at. I've done like a couple of kind of soft idea takes. So right now I'm just going to go in and try and put down some good ones. There will be like one long take, and then there's going to be the back and forth stuff. So we'll see how far we go. Are we ready to record with Dilly? With Dilly.
Yeah, let's bring it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just warming it. I'm just warming it up. All right.
Thank you to Final Cut Videography.
Hey. Oh. Yeah. If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spit my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in the booth. Oh, the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness. Feeling broken, I should tell you. Let's have another crack at it. Yeah. If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spit my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in the booth. Oh, the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness. If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spit my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in the booth. Oh, the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness. I can deal with darkness. I can deal with darkness. Cool. Put that in the back.
Hey Dilly, that first take you laid down, it came back around and you looped. Are you recording in a way that it loops and you can then layer the loops?
So
What's
I know
going
you're
on
trying
there?
to shout out your own work process here, but
No,
no, it's
the
actually
opposite.
no, I'm kidding. I'm totally effing with
Okay.
you. No, I've already got something in the background that was just another track just further down. So it's just playing what was already there,
Right.
a very low underlayer. Underlayer, you know.
Because I thought, because this is something you can do with MIDI on Ableton, is you set it to record, say, 4 bars, and then you click this plus symbol, and then the next time it goes through, those 4 bars you laid down remain, and whatever you put on now goes on top of it. And I thought that you'd found a way to do that with vocals, which would be awesome for like laying down harmonies and things. But I guess
you could do like, I mean, you know, there's loopers and bit repeaty type things I guess you could do, but that would fucking really get in the way of my process, to be honest.
totally
right
fair.
now.
Totally
All right,
fair.
I'm gonna rip it again.
Let's do it.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Vibe Union. Yeah. If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spit my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in the booth. Oh, the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness. If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spit my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in the booth. Oh, the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness. I can deal with darkness. I would never caulk it. That's chilly ass blasting. You can call me Blastoise. It's just a Toy Story. I'm a real tall building. Say a real lot of funny things and the silly thing. Yeah. What do we think about that? Shout outs to Minty, Ivory, Archery, Georgia. Yeah.
Lots of love.
Tandem
Lots
in
of love in the
reserve,
chat.
tandem in reserve. I'm a pocket in reverse, parallel. While I'm never take plenty of L's. I tell you that much. Take all of them. That's my motto. If you see an L, take it. Jesus Christ! Don't listen to me. By the way,
the
that's
king
what I'll
of
tell
the
my
dubs.
kids when I grow up. I'll tell my kids when they grow up, they'll be like, kids. Look, son, if you see an L, I'd take it if I was you.
Letters on the board, kids. Letters on the board.
Letters on the board. Let's just make sure we're playing the game, you know? Let's get that
Win
far.
or lose, doesn't matter. Just take it.
Win or lose. All right, so what I'm going to do now, there's a couple layers here. It's going to be messy right now. We won't worry about that. But I'm going to do the lower response part. So not
Cool.
if I'm feeling broken, I'm going to try and do the I should tell you, or something like that. I should tell you. Gotta speak my truth.
Very
I think it's going to be
cool.
fun and goofy. We'll see what happens.
Let's hear it.
Let's save it first. How about that was save it? Living on
Always
the edge.
save your work. Every 3 minutes.
That's it.
Hearts have been
It's the
broken. Lives have been ruined.
Absolutely. It's the length of a track. That's all it takes, mate. Vibe Union. Take it slow. If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spit my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in the booth. All the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness. If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spit my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in the booth. All the lights are out now, I can deal with dark. I will do that once more. It's close. Let's just start from back here. We don't need to start all the way from over there. And ding bop. If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. That was too close. It always happens, doesn't it? Let's rip it. If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spill my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in the booth. All the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness. If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spill my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in the booth. All the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness. Hey.
how, as a percentage, how, like, what impact does the hand gesticulation have on your
Oh,
delivery?
it's for show, bro.
It's for show. So if you were recording by
I am
yourself,
now
you wouldn't.
conducting.
So you wouldn't do any of that if you were recording in the booth by yourself.
No, I probably do all
everyone-
kinds. I probably would. I probably do all kinds of weird, zany stuff for
Mhm.
sure. Anything that's like, you know, even like swaying to the beat when you're delivering helps with like, you know, kind of embodying it and like feeling the rhythm of whatever's happening. But that thing, I guess it's like a focus thing. It's a funny thing, and it's kind of a show thing as well.
Very cool. Very cool. I think embody is the right word in that, because it's just saying it's not just about getting these words right. It's about living in the feeling of these words that need to come out there. They're a part of an expression overall. And if that expression comes out in the hand movement in the context of whatever you're doing, I think that's really cool insight. But dude, that is sounding so cool. Lots of love from Ivory Archer as well. She's tuning in. Thank you, Ivory. For anyone that's out here in the chat, in the view, that caught the Levels to It gig, that was a wild time put on by Ivory Archer. Someone who just cares about music, cares passionately about community, and it's just good to be. Georgia, I'm sorry, but Jason with a bit of context to the hand as well.
Very good.
But yeah, it's, you know, thank you so much, Ivory, for taking the time. Again, everyone who's here, who's a part of this, tuning in, thank you for tuning in and being a part of this. Dilly, Dave, do you have a little something more you want to give to us, give to the crew, give to the audience, your thoughts on this process so far?
Thoughts on the process is I'm almost curious about listening to what some of the other peeps have pretty soon.
Cool. Just a quick little bit about being a vocalist. I know that this might feel really basic, but actually when you're recording, I hear you've got that metronome count in, which is really cool. And then you let some of the beat ride. But maybe just a real basic intro, like how do you plug in, like how do you do the BPM and setting the tempo of the project to actually
in
record?
Ableton. So use
how do you
Ableton
go
Live.
about
What
that?
happens is generally when you drop the clip into a block on the channel and you go into the clip, it'll tell you what the BPM of that track is or give you a nice estimate. So that is one way to do it. And then you just punch that into the BPM up at the top.
Yeah.
Another way to do it is through using the metronome. You play the beat out and you tap it in. It's as easy as that. It sounds intimidating, but it's not. You know, you just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You do it, you know, 3 or 4 times, and fucking Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt.
Fair enough. All right, let me
Is that good answer or?
Well, that's a great answer. That's exactly it. I actually didn't know about so when you drop it in, it like the segment BPM thing that in the actual when you double click on the stem.
box. Yeah. It normally
Cool.
gives you pretty close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet, man. Well, good bit of insight there. I just want to have a quick squiz around and see if anyone else. Amutha's already dropping stems over to Rye. So I think let's go around to Amutha. Amutha, give me just a little thumbs up or a little something if you're hearing this. Yeah, cool. Let's bring Amutha onto the stream. Yeah. Oh, you're still here, but just some love real quick as well for Tiger Balm MC in the comments in the chat. Michelle, thank you so much for joining in and being a part of this.
Thank you, Michelle. Legend.
Vibing. Amutha, I just saw you drop the chat that you've sent stems over to Rye.
Yeah, man. Look, I went a bit crazy. I actually did 3 minutes worth of like freestyling without realizing. And I was out here trying to like record every single section of that. To Rye, I am sending it to you by WeTransfer emailing. Yes. Sorry about that, guys. Yes. So I was like, oh my God, why is this taking so long? How have I only just done the first section of this freestyle? And I zoomed out and looked at the timing and I realized it was like 3 minutes of stuff. And I was like, okay, that's not cool. So what am I going to select? What part of this do I want the people to take away? And the part that I chose was actually the like one of the final pieces of the track, which was the kind of realization that, you know, I am now. I am what is inhabiting this moment, and nothing can really take away from that other than me. So, it's kind of like a very poetic and romantic way of saying to live in the moment. And I figured I want to end it on that note or start it on that note rather than just dragging people through the mud first, because we've all just been dragged through the mud with these lockdowns. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So I added a few harmonies and touched it up a little bit, but I panicked because I was like, I feel like I'm running out of time. So the take that I've sent Rye is actually the first take, and I just added harmonies in. So yeah.
Sweet. Well, before
Yeah.
we dive, because I think we'd all love to hear what your section sounds like, especially those harmonies.
Yeah.
But if you don't mind indulging us for the
Mhm.
technical side of things just for a
Okay.
second, would
Yes.
you feel comfortable screen sharing and just showing us what
Shiz.
that last bit of the process looks like, where you actually bounce out the stems, and just maybe
Okay.
like giving us a little bit of a step by step.
All right.
Sorry, Dilly's got a little something for us. Quick,
I'm gonna tap
Yep.
out and let you guys rip it.
easy done.
Okay.
Much love. Can't wait to hear it, Amutha. Fucking
Yeah,
bless
I'm
up.
excited. Thank you, Dilly. All right. Share screen. Share screen. Share screen. Okay, cool. Tips. Nice. Okay, we don't need the audio. And we're doing my entire screen? Yes, why not? You guys can look at all the apps I have and judge me. That's fine. All right, so that section is my original recording. Oh no, I did. I got to re-record these 2 bits because they sounded a bit wonky. So there was that, and then I added in this section of harmonies, and then that section of harmonies, and then yeah. So the exporting process is this. You literally want me to run people through this part?
Yeah, just so we know what it means to actually bounce out stems and
Cool. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. So in this context, I'd select this area that I'm working with. In other contexts, I'd probably stretch that out, whatever you please. Export audio and video. And usually this is automatically selected to master. So what you want to do is you want to select all individual tracks. Or depending on how many tracks you have here, you might want to just highlight those ones and then do selected tracks only. I made the mistake of doing all individual tracks without highlighting this. That's why learn from me, kids. You can also select each of the individual tracks. Okay, I'm stuttering a lot today. Okay, and then it shows you where it's going to start rendering and how much it's going to render. Yeah, it's going to send as waves, blah, blah, blah. And then you click on export. You choose somewhere to save it, which I creatively, named folder, new folder, because as you do. And then it will save here, and you're pretty much done. It's a good time, and you're ready to go.
Awesome.
Cool.
That's great. And you mentioned email and WeTransfer.
Yeah, that's all cool, complicated stuff. I actually just use WeTransfer sometimes when I panic. And I realize now I could have just sent it via Gmail. I mean, not Gmail, G Drive, which would have been easier. But WeTransfer is basically a place where you could drop large files off. Then you enter in an email address, and they send you a code, and you put in the code, and then that sends over to the email address that you want to. Yeah. And that is my little tutorial of things to do. And now how do I end this screen sharing? There we go.
Look, I've already kicked it off of there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so that's
awesome.
all good. But what's it called? The reason I wanted to shout out like the WeTransfer connection as well, while we're doing this process, I really want to take those moments to hone in on different ways of going about things. Some people might have already maxed out their Dropbox or their Google Drive or whatever storage solutions that they have, or you only just have the free one. WeTransfer is a great option as a free service to deliver files up to 2 gigabytes. It's essentially disposable as well, so it's 7 days, and then the files are deleted off of everyone's servers everywhere, except for the person who then received it and downloaded it. So it's a great way to just send a file, a stem, a quick demo, a sketch that you don't need taking up space on your hard drive. For my video people out there as well, with bigger project files and things like that, it can really start to get unwieldy if you have to keep saving stuff just to send it and get it done and gone. So that can be really handy. WeTransfer.com. Thanks for the tip. Thanks everyone that's been tuning in. I know we're all patiently waiting. Amutha, we'd love to hear if you're open to sharing it. What you've accomplished so far.
All right. I still honestly don't really remember it. Let me try my best. I don't think you can hear the music. I'm gonna just. You can't hear it, can you?
No, it's not coming through. Would you mind just checking in StreamYard what your mic setting is? Like which mic it's...
Yes. The mic setting is Okay, how's that?
Much better. Yeah.
hearing me?
It's doubling up your vocals, but I think now that audio will come through.
Cool. Okay, let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, creeping around the corner of my brain. Yeah. Yeah, you're trying to trick me into thinking of you. That's insane. And though I'm fighting, I'm falling further into your grip. And if I blink once, I might just fall even further and miss my sense of being now. I see what happened. It cut my audio off because the channel that my audio is running through actually has a recording on it. But you get it. There are harmonies.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
it.
coming through real nice. Lots of love. Harmonies coming through from Minty D. Michelle as well, sending you a lot of love. Tiger Balm MC.
Thank you.
Yeah, really, really nice. Anything in particular about this process? Minty asked this great question before, and I want to ask it of everyone. Are you learning something about yourself and your own process in the process of kind of talking it out loud and almost performing your process?
Yeah, I guess it adds a layer of validity to it when it's as concrete as like speaking it, because it's a very abstract kind of thing that you go through, and it's a very personal thing to like do any kind of self-expression. And when you have to, it's like when you're teaching someone something, it becomes more clear to you when you help someone else understand, because you are kind of like connecting further and deeper into that thing within you. So it is helpful to speak about it. Yeah.
That's it. And you're finding that through this process as well. You're really connecting to your process a lot more.
That's
through this
it. Yeah.
exercise? Cool. All right. Well, I think was there anything else you wanted to show us about your process right now? I wanted to bring Jake on.
You can bring Jakey Babes on.
Yeah. Bring Jakey Babes on. Jay Kepler. Yes. All right. And let's
extra close.
Yeah. In close. Jay Keps, did you hear Amutha's contribution just then? I think your mic is muted, by the way.
Run.
Whoa.
Run,
This is cool.
run.
He's moved. So I think
Yeah.
There you go. Hi there.
Two
there we go.
cameras,
That's
like
great.
a real
Exactly
YouTuber.
I'm gonna get as far away as I can over here. Is that
No,
better?
that's
Yeah,
good.
looking
That's
good.
good.
Nice. Hi. I didn't catch. I caught like the very last bit where you said the audio cut out, so I got about 2 seconds. So no. It's
Looking
I
good.
can't see you guys at all, by the way. I can't see anything, but
Oh.
hello.
Hello. So yeah, Amutha and I are just here watching on the side, and you want to lay down some fresh hot takes.
That's it. Some fresh hot takes. I'm
Yo.
gonna have like the sort of backing track that I recorded on my dynamic mic going as well. That's something that I realized I quite like doing when I'm trying to actually something that you said, I think it was yesterday or the day before, was that you often end up using the first take that you do of something because it ends up just being the one that is most in tune with whatever energy it was that you were channeling at the time. And in that vein, I've got like I cracked the flow on this, and it's kind of there now as my guiding light for this take. I'll be back. 1 second. I need to press a button.
What a build up. Do you want to kick me out of here?
Yeah, sure. No worries.
Give him the spotlight.
Yeah, easy done. It's a really cool comment Jake just made about finding that flow that unlocks the track. and having that feeling where you go, this is the thing, this is the one that opens it all up. Dilly Dave was talking about it earlier as well, in terms of trying to find that thing that then you mine and really go deep on, and trying to find that gold. And yeah, it's really exciting. And I really enjoy, what I really dig about Jake's approach, process, and attitude is one of excitement, natural curiosity. He's always sort of looking to find that angle, and he's really good at asking questions, whether they're just in conversation, person to person, or whether he's doing that and asking those questions of himself creatively. Either which way, he's able to do that, exercise that curiosity, and be open to whatever the answer is. And in this case, it sounds like it's paid off for him. Hey, gorgeous.
Hey, I'm so gassed right now. I'm ready to push the button.
Get gassed.
Thank
Get
you,
gassed.
thank you.
That's one of my techniques as a small-time producer. Give high praise to the artist before they get on the mic.
Like I'm a thrive, cause I never aim so low as to celebrate, to survive. Being trying to be the best I doing enough to feel like I'm a thrive, cause I never aim so low as to celebrate, to survive. Being trying to be the best I can be. Feels pretty fucking hard when I can't even leave my goddamn home, let alone my own head. And it don't really help that I'm wasting time in my bed. But if I'm so fed up with beer and leaving loved ones on red, then I guess I gotta change something, change up the gear that I'm in. That's how I'm meant to be. Shit, what's that meant to mean? I don't get. Reality is just how it is, and who knows how much time we got left. Doing enough to feel like I'm.
Oh, so yeah, there you go.
That was yeah,
Kind of
man.
process to have going on there.
Very cool, dude. Loving those flows, those little triplet kicks. And I feel so getting out of, like, just to start the bar, it has this like accelerant effect. Then I get my just those little dotted throughout with this sort of more legato flows. Really cool. Has a really exciting impact on the listener. Minty D's loving this, loving the vibe. Is your camera frozen? Uh-oh. No, Jakey Babes is frozen. But lots of love coming through. J-Caps, let us know when you are back in commission. Either that or he's just really good at standing really still. One of those two things is happening right now. I'm sure we'll get a response from him soon. But the triplets are really tasty. And for all the lyricists, all the rappers out there that are listening, it's a really good way to add variety, add that little bit of spice into your raps. And to just change up the flow. No, we've lost a Jakey Babes. So he'll get up here soon again. In the meantime, I can just see Amutha in the background laying down some tasty jams, some more takes, some more harmonies, and that's cool. Yo. All right, cool. Whoo! Thought we lost it there for a second. By the way, this Apple mouse, they can be kind of cool. Oh, that's way too much light and it's reflecting it. But they do a thing where if you like scroll left or right, it goes back or forward on a page, and it just did that. And I had flashbacks to a time when we did a live stream and a tab accidentally closed and everything fell to 0. So thanks for sticking with that temporary disruption. Whew, right? Thank you so much. Thank you, Minty D, out there, letting us know that it's all working good and nice. I'm just going to take a quick second to check in with Jakey Babes and see that he's not completely disappeared. Maybe just a little internet reset. But yeah, still going strong, still going good. Just, yeah, shouting out about a lyrical technique. So you can have, I get out of bed and go and start my day. But if you can find a way to go like, I get out of bed and go start my day. I get out of bed and I go start my day. And I go, try to like incorporate what are called triplets. It's because it's 1, 2, 3. And I go try to start, ready, set. And when you can start to incorporate things like that, especially for a beat like this, where it's a lot more chill, generally you're rapping and trying to just put something down. When you go ahead and you're going to be going for the crown, Then I got it just gives it that little bit of energy, a little bit of movement. And like Dilly Dave was talking about before, when you want to expand and build that flow over time, you're able to really find some cool stuff. So speaking of cool stuff, I'm just going to check in with Rhath. How's he doing? How you going? And see if we want to check in with him. Oh, bless. Thank you so much, Ivory. That's a lot of love, and I really appreciate it. For me, it is really very much about sharing the things that I've learned along the way. I don't consider myself a professional, top like anything kind of rapper by any means, but I also know that I'm not a total rookie. I know that I'm not just taking a stab in the dark when I put pen to the page or when I listen to someone else. So it is really cool getting to share this experience and starting this journey as well. These live streams are a cool way for me to get to share what I'm up to. Oh, we've got Jakey Babes back in the mix. But I've been doing this with Vibe Union, and I've also started up my own channel on Twitch where I'll be live streaming on Sundays, my creative process as I sit down to write tracks. So just while we're here, I'll be talking to all the artists as well about all their little individual projects, because it's great to be a community and be doing that collaboratively, but make sure you're taking care of yourself as an artist too. Hey, Jake, are you ready to come back on and have a little bit of a discussion? Yeah, wicked. All right. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Cool feedback coming through. Yeah. All right, Jay Kepler, we can hear you. What's your
How we doing?
Yeah, real good, man. You're coming through just nice. I'm not sure what happened with the internet there, but you're looking real good now. Cameras coming through good.
Yeah, that's on my end. That's just a little bit of, my life. That's just the Wi-Fi here. It's a little bit dodgy, which in this day and age is much more of a handicap than usual. But I'm back. It seems like things were held down beautifully in my absence. How we doing? What's up?
Yeah, good. Just having a good time. We're actually about to bring Rhath on, so if you want to hang out with me on the side, and we'll have a tune into where Rhath's at with the beat. Yo, Rhath, you're on screen. How you doing, man?
Such
hey.
A track. Shocked.
Rhath, Kelsey, you're on screen now as well.
Hang on a second.
All right. Took you a little bit by surprise.
I was giving a little demonstration to
very cool.
Kelsey. And I've got you muted. I'm going to have to fuck the screen up for a second. I'm so sorry.
Fuck it up. All
right, talk to me. I'm back. I'm ready.
Yeah, man. So we've been listening to some really cool stuff. It sounds like you've got some vocal takes there already.
Yes,
to lay into the track.
Yes, I do. Now, I've taken the liberty of putting a little bit of auto-tune on Amutha, because it sounds really sick.
Cool.
And I'm making that decision. But let's have a listen. What we've got. Oh, it sounds so nice already. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I see you creeping around the corner of my brain. Yeah, you're trying to trick me into thinking of you. That's insane. And though I'm fighting, I'm falling further into your grip. And if I blink once, I might just fall even further and miss my sense of being now. I'm being now. I'm seeing now. I'm receiving now.
How the fuck is this for a quick turnaround? Look at us. Look at us go.
Beautiful.
Unbelievable.
Production. Oh my god, the voice on that one.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's a vibe.
Spectacular.
Absolute
Oh my
vibe.
God.
And the auto-tune really does some magnificent things. I mean, right now, what it's teaching me, because I always thought auto-tune was like, it would magically fix anyone. And then I would like put it on my own vocals and it did not fix me. And I was like, oh, my auto-tune is broken because I use the same auto-tune as what you've got there. And then I hear it done on Amutha's. I'm like, well, it's not that auto-tune. You just need to be able to sing good and it makes you sing even better because it does not fix my... I've tried. I'm beyond saving on the auto-tune
It's
front.
yeah, it doesn't. There are actual things that you can use pitch correction as a tool, but we're using it as an effect. And I think you need to have you need to be really close to use it as a tool, if you want it to sound natural, which I'm not trying to do. Like this sounds like we can even solo this and have a little listen to like.
Oh
this.
yeah, please.
I'm seeing now.
Let's crank it up.
I'm receiving now.
You want to hear actually this auto-tune plugin plus this fuzz plugin. I know we've got a Kanye fan in the building. Let's have a listen.
Where?
Let's have a listen to this.
I'm seeing now. I'm receiving now.
I did that with Dilly in the booth and just let him rip, and oh, so much fun. He had a great time.
Well, now I know exactly what I'm going to be playing with after this is all done.
Yeah, man. If you haven't got that fuzz effect, you got to get that. That's just crazy.
Please link.
I will do so. Fuzz plus 3 for anyone watching, but I'll send it to you, Mash.
Hey, I reckon I'm gonna tighten up that take. Probably do another take, and then I'll bounce that to you, Rhath. If you can kick me out of this stream, please.
Catch you soon, J-Caps. Thank you so much.
Looks like I've got some Dilly takes as well on the way, which is really exciting. So we're kind of on the home stretch now, which is really exciting. I'm feeling giddy, man. I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling pumped about this. This is such a fun session, but such a fun setup to just work like this. Yeah, taking me back to the good old days, but with a clock running is even better.
Right? There's something about the deadline where you just go, okay, cool. I just got to make that choice and move on. It's not shit and it'll do for now. And let's keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. We might
do in your case, later, it's exactly polished later. But, but you've done it so many times. You've iterated so many times and been at this game, at the craft for such a long while that now it is the choices you're making are intrinsically aligned with the kind of stuff that you naturally just want to do.
Yeah, I think it's actually Sixpence I was talking to Sixpence today, and we were talking about freestyling, and he said it's hard to hear. It's always hard to hear, regardless of what skill you're trying to learn, but it's just practice. It's just doing it a lot. And yeah, I think especially with production, like as much as lockdowns have sucked, obviously, it's been a chance to just do this a lot with working with everyone in Vibe Union to do these tracks quickly. They don't need to be the best thing, but you keep moving, you keep doing more and more and more of them. Yeah, I've learned more in the past year and a half than I have in the past 9. Anyway, Mash, I don't know if you want to take me out again. Because I'm gonna get to work on Dilly's vocals next.
Cool. All right, easy as, man. But thank you for coming on and sharing that. We'll catch you later on.
Yeah, boy.
Yep. Practice is everything. Bangarang, absolutely. And it's great to hear that. Great to hear the level of support and love going around in this comment section. Really, really digging this. Yeah. Spot on. All right, Amutha, let's bring you on. Add to stream.
What up?
You.
Homie. Oh,
Heyo.
nice. How you going, man? How are you?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm having a great time watching this all unfold and actually getting to just check in. I'm thinking back to when we did the retreats, like at my place here, where we were just making tracks. That was actually the best feeling of walking between room and room and room and just kind of dabbling a little bit. Yo, Jesse Jackson, what are you making? How are you making it? Let me learn. Cool. Oh, you should connect up with this person. I actually really this is my environment. This is what I really thrive on. I love writing stuff. I love making music, but doing this and being a part of the group in a sense in this way is a lot of fun. And yeah, there's just an insane amount of energy being transferred and being had here. And this is coming back to even like MC theory with what's the energy in the room, being able to read comments and get a vibe from how people are feeling, different people, different states of mind. What is the amalgam of the comment vibe? Then what's the feelings here? And where you started, you know, off the bat had a feeling and a thought for the theme, and that kind of dictated things, how your theme and energy has evolved. And now you seem like you've kind of worked through some stuff. You were kind of in this sort of blocked and stuck place before. How are you doing? What's this journey been like for you?
Yeah, it's been very interesting. You're right. I was going through a bit of a block and not feeling myself as much, and having to kind of like work through it whilst also trying to like, I guess, like relax myself through the process without being too forceful. Like, you must relax. I think it was really nice. And I think like it's one of those spaces that you can always access if you choose to access it. Like, regardless of how, you know, extreme the pressure is, I think there is an ability to kind of like center yourself through anything. And I know this was like super minor, this live stream, in terms of just like the level of intensity and pressure. But it was nice to to really like kind of lean into, oh my God, and then get myself out of it and realize like, you know, it's all kind of the same. That feeling of panic is no different in that moment as it is if I played for a huge arena. It's like my own connection to myself. So like coming back home is really what helped get me through.
Nice. Coming back into home. And home doesn't have to be geographical, physical. It can be emotional. It can be in the comfort that is shared and in the company of the people that you know you really respect and admire. And so many of those people are in the chat. Again, Minty D, just an avid supporter, but the ball of energy that she is, and just bringing positivity to everything that she does, bringing more people together is awesome. Ivory, of course, we've already had words. Just beautiful,
ridiculous. We have such beautiful people that join this community. It's blows my mind. It's like, oh, you exist in the world. Amazing. Thank God. It's really cool.
And what's exciting is everyone's so talented, so many different things to bring. It's feeling really good, like this activity, this exercise, and I think it'd be really cool to do more of it. And I'm sure anyone who's in the chat right now would be super welcome. We'd love to have you be a part of it whenever you're ready. But if you have other suggestions, other artists you'd love to see their process, break it down a little bit, please like drop those suggestions as well. Like Amutha, is there anyone who you'd like to just sit in the comments for and watch them do this?
Oh, look, you know, I don't see, the thing is, the people I want to see are kind of on the next lineup, so I don't want to give away their names.
Fair.
But yeah, I'm very excited for the next lineup, like very, very excited. So, you know, seriously tune in because it's going to be a good time. Yeah, but okay, let me try and actually think of people who are, oh, I'd love to see Kelsey. I am so fascinated by her and just like her ability to pick up melodies and to play with music is just like, it's close to the source of creation is what it feels like. It's very raw and just whole. There's no other way to really, you can't express in words what her music does to you, but it will affect you.
I really agree. The Kelsey Gene effect. Yes. Well put. Absolutely. And I think there's so much merit. And again, very different background musically, you know, coming from a folk background, but then also produces lo-fi beats that are just like bangers. How good was that?
Just so good.
Just unbelievable.
Yeah. I was so surprised, and I felt bad about being as surprised as I was because I know she's super talented, but goddamn, like what she created was such an incredible piece. I was like blown away by her level of creativity and just like the quality as well.
Yeah, it's amazing, and just that kind of musical talent across the board. Someone I'd be really excited to watch work in this environment would be actually Maloney, Journeyman. I think I'd be really keen to see, because
yeah.
all I've gotten to see is him and his like big bombastic energy on stage, or like when we're in like just having a hangout on the weekly. But getting to see actually like how does he come up with the words that he comes up with? Is it flow first or is it raps first? There's a bit of insight that I gleaned from his podcast episode. He sat down and had a chat with Sixpence and D-Rad, and they were like rattling off some of the best MCs of all time, the people they get inspiration from, but also then like how do they rap? What do they rap about? And that's a really cool episode as well. For anyone that's watching this right now and not sure quite what we're talking about, the podcast is something that we started probably about a year ago. I think our first episode dropped in like September or October. And it started again during lockdown where we were just catching up similar to this and just chatting shit, and started to evolve into like, I want to chat about this thing with this person. And suddenly you'd get together and start recording an episode. And then we uploaded. So what are we, 37 episodes deep now, sharing different insights, different practices, approaches, methods, reviewing the types of gigs we've done. And actually, like if you going back and watching them, it's kind of like cataloging our journey so far as a collective as well. Who are the types of people we've run into? What are the types of events we've run, and the learnings we've taken away from each of those things as well. And it's been really fun. Hey, Jay Kepler, how are you doing back there, by the way? Can you hear us? Nah, he's zoned in. Sorry. I just wanted to keep things rolling along as well. Just a little bit aware of time as we're starting to get up on the 2-hour mark.
For sure. I was going to ask you, Mash, actually, because you've heard the beat now. I don't know if you've heard it enough to catch the vibe enough, but like, what was your kind of feeling? Like, what direction would you have taken it in?
I actually had a similar kind of thing to what Jake has come out with. So mine was a very lazy kind of flow. When I first heard it, I'm trying to get more into the practice of like the moment the beat starts, just start freestyling as soon as possible. Even if it's just pure scat, there's nothing really there. So it was very like, like actually quite lazy and offbeat with the flow, and then starting to pick up because there is room for those triplets. Like, I'm not sure if you had a chance to hear Jake's just before, but he's
a little
got
bit,
this, like,
but not much.
Yeah,
I went
so
to
he's got those like,
record.
yeah, of course, and he's got those like triplety kind of flows. Then I get my and I had that sort of vibe. But in terms of theme, I really liked the first thing that you said. It was really resonating with me in terms of giving something up, letting go and moving on, right? Just that kind of philosophy. And I think it's something that has inspired me pretty drastically over the last sort of 5-6 years of my life anyway. But right now, having just turned 30, like trying to understand what I need to let go and move on from, like age-wise, really arbitrarily, but like teaching myself how to write, draw that line in the sand and go, this is now done. It doesn't serve me anymore, and I can move on from it. So I think this had a lot of room to do that for me as well.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, so it's been cool. But
Wow.
but yeah. Well, what else is going on in the chat? It's really cool seeing all this engagement. And just going to do a quick call out in the back end. Anything else you wanted to share or shout out? I'll give you the floor.
I've been really appreciating our sense of community, and I know it just you want to run away and just be kind of on your own, and that's okay sometimes, but just remember it's good to reconnect. And we're out here doing this because we know that this can inspire if you receive it in that way. And yeah, I think we're providing something for you if you're feeling a bit heavy, so that hopefully you can take this energy, kind of transmute it, and use it in a way that's helpful for you. So, I mean, I hope that you receive it. I sincerely do. And like, it was done by all of us with a great deal of intention. But yeah, we love you guys so much. We're going to get through this. We're going to be okay. It's a little rough right now, but It's one of the many processes of life, and we're going to get through it together, which is the best part about it.
We
Yeah.
gonna be all right.
Yes.
But yeah,
That's it.
so good. Maybe now might be a good time to revisit what we were talking about before. A little bit of like it is.
Like it is. Say it like it is. Yeah. This is a Vibe Union cipher. And I'll try to decipher the words you say to me. Don't send them cryptically. No, won't you please? Just be straight with me. Yeah, say it like it is. Say it like it is. Like it is. Like it is. Yeah.
Very
Say it like
nice.
it is. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's kind of what we're all embodying, but also cultivating at the same time. Just being able to speak with intention, and that intention being who we are, you know? But I think that's also why I appreciate this community in particular, because they help me be more of that by them being that. It's like everyone is energetically there. So you jump in and you unionize with the vibe union. That's who we are. That's what we do. So welcome to the vibration pool of goodness.
Such goodness.
Oh,
hey Jake,
someone's jumping
you're on.
in.
How you feeling?
Hello, everybody. I have this tab muted. Hey,
Hello.
Hello.
how are we all? What are we talking about?
You sound like you are speaking with a tube, but that's okay. I just wanted
Thank
you to
you.
know.
Thanks very much. I will turn off tube mode.
Okay. How
Tube
are we?
mode disengaged.
Am I detubed?
You're
Detubed.
detubed. Wow.
Beautiful.
That was excellent work. Is
I
that a
had my
stage
tube
mic?
chain on.
You had to tube. Yeah, of course. That old tube chain. How you going? How did you do?
Yeah. Good. Yeah. I realized that my live take I actually wasn't recording, so I went back and did another one. It's honestly fine. I did a much
Okay.
better job this time, so it's
Cool.
kind of good. Yeah.
Nice. All right. It all happens for a reason.
Bloody loving this. This is such a cool idea.
Uh-huh.
Loving being on this.
Yeah.
This is the most I've written for a little while.
Mm.
Hell yeah. How are you doing?
Been working on the beats, huh?
Mm-hmm. Been in beat mode,
Beat mode.
as it were.
Oh
Sorry,
lordy.
It's not PG. It's not PG.
How do we feel about a quick musical interlude? Checking on one of our vibrations.
Absolutely.
And if you haven't in the last hour, since the last time I reminded and checked, get up, move your body, have a bit of a boogie to this. And let's go. Share screen.
I'm gonna lead by example.
Yeah. Can everyone hear this?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Damn.
No sound coming through. You could always share screen and then share the audio as well, but
Oh
it isn't working. I did hear a little bloop. I heard
hang on.
I think I
What if
heard
I
the
do-
Discord noise.
If I do this now, does that
And
anything?
no.
No.
Not receiving.
That's,
Well, if you haven't
Let's try
already, people, there is a music video to Like It Is, and it is pretty damn phenomenal, if I don't say so myself. You should check it out. It's got myself, it's got Dilly, it's got Mash, and it has Rhath. And
If you
it's a
look
good
really hard in the
time.
background of one of the shots, you can actually see me as well.
Hey, we're
Oh.
all there. Let me know. Does this work?
When you make a wrong
Yes.
line,
Yes.
Cool.
the line is
Alright,
wrong until you
well,
have to
I'm
put
gonna
the
mute-
next one down. Music is
Get up, have a boogie,
note next to
enjoy.
the
I'm gonna
one
play
that
some
you
basketball.
think is bad, corrects the one in front. Only way you do that is by experience. Only way you can take a line that you didn't mean to draw is to draw every
Lined up, all of you are tied up with the tie-dye in the no-fly zone.
Line up, all of you are tied up with the tie-dye in the no-fly zone. Line up, all of you are tied up with the tie-dye in the no-fly zone. Line up, all of you are tied up with the tie-dye in the no-fly zone. Hearing the buzz in the drones, too many copies attacking the clones, thinking they're rock stars but no Post Malone. Pat me on back if you wanna postpone. The postman is back, he won't leave me alone. Yeah, post-its on wall. I'm in my home and I'm out in the garden just talking to gnomes. Rolling in greenery, got in their home, got in my home. Tripping out, I will not make it a wrong. Making it wavy like nothing is static. In fact, if you look real close, it's just magic. Weaving in and out of dimensions. Don't at me, there is no need for dimensions. There's no pretending, yeah. I'm just off the grid like there's no pretending.
Off the grid, block the kids, drop the vids, stop the biz. Had an appointment with Dr. Wiz, said he don't know what the problem is. Heart's a mess, path for stress, life's a bless. Could be less, better than others but never the best. Yelling out yes for President West. I'm getting sick of all the love, doesn't fit me like a glove. Trade a pigeon for my dove, cut a rug with the devil on his level, not above. Catch a buzz with the junkie, getting flunky with the fuzz. Monkey see, monkey do, from the sea to Umpty Doo. Recidivir for me and you, in a year we're bleeding blue. Patriots, Australians, not aliens, we're feeling true. Settling for everything when we see it in the news. It's the new normal, Institute Corporal. Punishment for running with the youth from a borstal. Dissidents frightening, bring them down lightning. Quicker than the sentence from the judges that they're bribing. I started writing about a lazy day. Felt a twitch, I had to take it in a crazy way. Flip the switch and now the craziness can fade away. Here's a tip for all you rappers trying to catch a wave. If the surf is riding high, you should wave to it. If your teacher's running game, you should play school him. If you're tripping on your kicks, put a lace to him. If your will is getting jaded, slide with grace through it. You gotta roll with the punches. Eat a lot of sweets, do some rolls and some crunches. Wanna save dough, gotta pack your own lunches. And if the cake is from Bavaria, get to munch. Shout out to my crew, that's VU. Dilly, Dave, Rhath, Amutha, and the Emkew. Dreamscape made the beat, that's heat true. If you can't make peace, then PU.
Shuffling as I'm rubbing crust from my optics, stewing in the stale air that to my skin is caustic. Winking lights hypnotic, lacto microscopic. Only human voices are the repeats of the office. Try my head of talking heads, recording lights forever red. Diff is our biggest threat, broadcasting proof that we're not dead. Half screaming in the dark, half living for a life. Track an arc on the graph, failing actors playing parts, but smile. It's been a fucking while since I had enough time to be docile. Dreams of limelights while the hole was burning up. One more post to video, I'm always on the cusp of chick trends, basic threads, acting regal. Royal chambers or apartment end to end a couple meters. Let me ego run the show with my perceiver all aglow. You match the tempo, together we go solo. Yeah.
I'm finally flying up high. Don't know where this energy came from, but I wanna keep riding that wave, riding that wave, riding that wave into the sun. Seems like a lot of fun from up here. I don't wanna fall, but you know there's always that thing in the back of my mind that I'ma withdraw back into the recesses of my ego. And we know it's not gonna be like that. No, it's not, no, it's not, no, it's not gonna be like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. We're doing the vibe union thing. I wanna sprinkle a little bit of singing in between. You know what I mean? Just to stretch from the heart before my mind falls apart. Riding the wave, riding the wave, riding the wave, riding the wave, riding the wave. This is a vibe union cipher, and I won't try to decipher the words that you say to me. Don't send it cryptically, no, no, won't you please? Just be straight with me. Say it like it is, say it like it is, like it is, like it is, like it is. Say it like it is. Yeah, say it like it is.
Ah, good times. Woo, shivers.
That was a great classic hit.
Classic hits of the 2000s. I gotta
Damn
say,
fine time.
I dicked myself over there because I actually thought we were meant to be freestyling. So that was freestyle, and then I heard everyone else's, and I was like, "Damn, everyone is fire."
It just makes yours
kinda wanted to-
that much more impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nobody
Mhm.
knows, so it doesn't
Hey, that's
really
like it
matter.
Nobody
like it
knows.
is.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, I'm just trying to chase that validation.
Say it like it is.
It was
No, you're
great.
not.
It was a damn fine time.
Oh, it was a good time though. It was really nice, like the process of actually recording it and you know, laying down the take and feeling good about it and sending it through and then putting everything together and editing and stuff was so much fun. Like the little animations, everyone did their own individual stuff, and then I just added the cook shit on top for anyone that was wondering.
It was
Cook it.
I
great.
didn't do that much, but yeah. It was a
Hey,
good time.
Rhath, Rhath has, yeah, cool. Boom. All right, we're all here.
Am I back?
We're all in the
Am I back?
mix. We're all, yep, you're back.
A little quick little glance down there. There we go.
There we go. And
Guys, holy shit!
let's have some. Let's start off with Rhath, but let's hear some
hell yeah.
reflections. How are we feeling? What have we gotten from this experience? And then let's unveil this beast.
I am pumped. I am so fucking pumped after that. How long have we been streaming for? Like two
2
2
hours,
hours and
12
10
minutes.
minutes. There you go.
Yeah.
That's fucking huge. Wait, I'm so fucking pleased with how this has gone. We have worked so fucking efficiently, but it's such a vibe. I am so fucking keen for this track. Can't wait for you guys to hear it.
I've got no idea what's going to
hell
happen,
yeah.
by the way.
Oh,
Oh,
me
yeah.
too. I have no idea what anyone's
Yeah, you
done. This
know,
is so exciting.
I've heard like 2 seconds of each of your bits. Each.
Dilly, what's the new thing you've sent me?
That is like a verse section.
Oh, you got a verse. Okay.
Whatever. I don't know. I did it. It doesn't have to be whatever the fluff. Extend, don't extend, pretend, don't. Or,
Yeah.
you know, like
Maybe
I'd
let's
love
take
to-
another
I'd love
couple
to-
minutes while you do
maybe-
that, and then let's get
you-
some reflections from everyone.
Yeah, let's do that.
Can we I mean, Dilly, this is not a I'd love to hear you. I want to hear your verse, and let's do a version immediately after this. I can
You
throw
thinking
them in
like
really
a-
quickly.
Yeah.
Like a
but
theatrical
I-
release, and then
Let's just rip this now.
I want to rip it now because I think this version with Dilly on the hook is just it's butter, it's beautiful. I think it's
Cool.
all come together.
Let's get it.
Do we want
Beautiful.
any reflections or just play it?
Let's
Let's
reflect
let
afterwards.
the chat
reflection,
decide.
okay.
Your chat, drop us some emojis,
True,
drop us some
true.
words. Let us know. Would you rather hear it right now, or do you want to hear all of our thoughts and discussions and contemplations and pontifications on the process thus far on the collaboration station vibration creation?
Crashing, stashing.
We got just
Minty
Get
D
It
says,
from Minty.
"Just get it. I want to hear it so bad." Says
All
Kelsey.
right,
Let's do it.
everybody-
Me too. I'm keen.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Shut the fuck up and let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, I see you creeping around the corner of my brain. Yeah, you're trying to trick me into thinking of you. That's insane.
If I'm feeling broken, heavy with the heartache, feeling real pent up. All the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness. If I'm feeling broken, heavy with the heartache, feeling real pent up. All the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness.
Am I doing enough to feel like I'm a thrive? Cause I never aim so low as to celebrate, just surviving. Trying to be the best I can be. Feels pretty fucking hard when I can't even leave my goddamn home, let alone my own head. And it don't really help that I'm wasting time in my bed. But if I'm so fed up with fearing of leaving loved ones on red, then I guess I gotta change something, change up the gear that I'm in. That's how I'm meant to be, shit. What's that meant to mean? I don't get. Reality is just how it is, and who knows how much time we got left.
If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spill my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in a booth. All the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness. If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spill my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in a booth. All the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness. If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spill my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in a booth. All the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness. If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spill my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in a booth. All the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness.
Right.
Sucksy.
Rhath.
Huge. Huge.
What?
Massive.
What?
Tastes
How
like
did you do that?
Wow.
That was magique.
Let me,
Says it was
we'll, put-
this was magic.
we'll do that so I can
Was
see you guys.
magique.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
There you go.
Jesus, man. The
Nuggets.
auto tune. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was fucking disgustingly good.
tasty.
Yeah.
Amazing addition. Incredible.
Ugh.
Wow.
Goddamn.
And just like the taking away of instruments and the adding in the way that it was put together, it was like the perfect sandwich of goodness.
It
Yeah,
was a
I love
sandwich
that.
indeed.
I love knowing that you guys only had the loop, and so like for example, especially with Jake, like taking away almost everything and just letting you have this little intro section, and so like this, then the energy kind of picks up as you get into it. That I know
Yeah.
you didn't
Yeah, I
have
was
on the
thinking-
original loop.
Yep. I was
cool.
cool. What you did with the percussion for that. That was sick.
I had a great time.
Oh yeah.
This was so much fun. Thank you everybody for
I was
joining,
a
and
little
thank
bit
you
stressed
guys.
out,
Holy
to be
crap.
honest. That was
You're a little bit
Ah,
stressed out, Dilly. Talk
We
us
all
through it.
went
Who else,
through it.
who else felt a bit of
I was
stress?
stressed
Yeah.
out, dude.
definitely did.
Dilly, your hook was fucking on point, my dude. That was it's actually maybe one of my favorite Dilly hooks, and there's a lot of there's a lot of favorite Dilly hooks.
Oh yeah.
Bouncy. Bouncy.
That's very nice of you. I don't know what to say. I feel a little dizzy. It was a whirl because I don't know exactly what I had to do. So even though 40 minutes ago or whatever you had the hook, like I thought I was still doing things. I guess I was.
Well, I mean, I'm very happy to take a look at the verse
He's a
as well.
hooky guy.
That's super fine. But yeah, when it comes to the hooky thing, I think I knew where I was kind of going pretty early on. So that was enjoyable, but it was a super mystery, and like knowing or not knowing if I'm working around people as well. But
that was what I was worried about as well.
But
Just like
obviously
what everything else was. Yeah. Everything else that was happening. Oh. You go. I'm just
all
not
together now.
gonna- Yep.
Hey, clean.
Go on.
Yeah. All right. It was kind of like I have faith that Rhath is gonna put it together because he's you call him a botanist because he's master of the stem work.
Ow!
Oh, that was a good one.
Well done.
But
The
yeah, there's no
botanist.
reflection.
I
The
want to-
botanist.
I want
The
that
muse
as the next
The
one.
muse becomes the botanist.
Oh, wow.
I'm digging it. Like, I reckon we let's throw a little. Maybe we can even do a remix. Then we can get a Dilly verse, and maybe I'll take a crack at a verse. Mash, maybe you've got a verse in you. We could do a little quick
Damn.
remix. Maybe that's another. Maybe that's another episode. Maybe there's.
Hell yeah. I think most excitingly, we now have this pretty fleshed out concept for a track, right? So maybe someone hearing that now then goes, oh, cool, actually, I want to change up the theme of my verse. Or maybe I want to edit these words or this delivery or this kind of thing. But this is kind of what we were doing through lockdown. It was just like, I've got this idea for a verse. I'm going to send it into Rye. And then he takes it and magics it and makes it sound good. And then suddenly we just have a new vibration at the end of the week. And I know it's not just magic. It's a lot of hard work going into it. But this is that process. And I think what's been super illustrative tonight is make your choices, make your decisions, and then just create, just put it down. Don't let that block get in the way. If it takes imposing the kind of pressure of, oh, crap, I'm on a live stream, I got to do something, or, oh, damn it, like I've got only 2 hours or whatever. Let there be some kind of imposition, some kind of deadline or restraint, and just like go hell for leather, because now we have time. Now, this track is now not being submitted to Spotify straight away tonight. It's like that happened. Cool. And then we've got some work to do. So much energy and love and dedication. Exactly. Put in that dedication, put in that time. But yeah, I hope that what people are able to take away from this experience so far is just create. And it sure as hell helps to have talented people to be making with. And if you are a part of the Vibe Union Discord server, if you're in amongst the chats, if you're connected with any of us, then you'll be able to get in amongst all of that really easily. And if you're not, please hit us up. Let us know. Like, if not working with any of us directly or anyone in Vibe Union, we also then know other people that we'd love to connect you up with, because doing this shit alone is nigh on impossible. And doing it with other people makes it a hell of a lot easier. Dilly, Dave, what are your thoughts?
I'm a big fan of the raise your hand if you got something to say.
Very
I do miss the
effective.
classroom. But here we are on Zoom. It's practically the new classroom. Aside from that, I really enjoyed this process. I found like this was one of the most fun, engaging, and effective ways of ignoring any like block or resistance to making stuff. I mean, whether it was with you guys or other people, like obviously the people matter a lot, but this process for online collaboration, it doesn't have to be live stream, but the live stream element was fun because it's like, oh my God, we're on a show. There's a time limit. But if that wasn't an element, this is a cool way to create. So do it. If you are like a person who is, makes music and has been like, oh, I can't, blah, blah, blah. Find the people who can help you do what you need to do and work together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well said.
Any more thoughts? Anyone else want to? Yeah,
As
Jakey Babes. Hand in the air.
First timer of online collaboration. That was incredibly well said, Dilly. This
Thanks,
is such a great way to create with a group of people. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to doing it more. And I'm very grateful to have been here for the first edition of Vibration Creation.
Huge.
You did so good, Jake. Jake Caps in the Mutha Hook and Hoos.
Oh, you did.
Who can hoos? Who can what?
In the Hook and Mook.
I think we can all hoos if we put it.
Get out. Get off my roof.
Oh, it's still a season. Oh, amazing. Amutha, was there anything else you wanted to say as well? What did you think of the process and how are you feeling now?
I'm feeling really relieved that it's kind of like, and like really grateful that we got to kind of build on something together. Like, just the process of creation is so beautiful, but to be able to share that space with other people is incredible, because you're all just, vibing on the same thing. And it's so cool to see how everyone reinterprets the same energy. Like, that's amazing. So, and then even Rye, like putting that together, the mastermind, and then like tweaking it and adding what it needs, like, it's just, it was just so much fun to be a part of. So VU doing things. Love
VU.
it.
New
Thanks,
shit.
guys. Yeah, no shit. Oh, Jake's got his hand up.
I'm loving this hand up thing, Dilly. Thank you so much. Look, this may be a bit of a jump, so maybe we can decide together to put this question aside for now. But I'm really curious about Rhath.
Mhm.
How it was for you to witness a group of people interpreting music that you had created, like the atmosphere that we all kind of picked out of it, like the random words that we threw out about how we felt, and then how we then interpreted that into our lyrics, like how that struck you, and if it was vastly different to your what felt like your original intent, or if you had much of an intent that you knew of in the first place, or
I mean, I would say that I've got a little bit of experience doing this now, so I look for that now, but I guess this is a perfect illustration of one of my favorite part about doing this is putting a beat together, or putting words together, or putting a drawing together, or putting whatever together. Like, I think there's a lot of pressure when creating art. Usually we have it in our heads that we're supposed to be saying something with our art, and this, however, is a case of like, no, I'm giving you guys a canvas for you to express yourself, and then I get to then kind of piece it together and kind of play like this to try and take a more of a global look over it, rather than like try and say particular things with my expression. So I love it's one of my favorite things, is to put something out and then to have someone kind of give me their interpretation and go, oh yeah, cool, I would never have thought of that. That's actually that's the best part for me. And I've had that happen with lyrics as well, and also like drawings. When I used to do that back in the days, like people would come to me and say, oh man, I really love this meaning that you put into this. It's like, oh, I didn't mean that. I like that you think I meant that. That's actually way more exciting to me than you getting the exact meaning. I find this, that level of just putting out this thing, and then you give me this back, and then that sparks takes me in a new direction. This beat would not be the same without you guys reacting the way you did, and then giving me the vocal stems that you did. Yeah, I love that. I love it so much.
Amazing. Any other final parting thoughts? I just wanted to wrap up soon with some housekeeping and what to expect from VU. But before we get there, any other thoughts anyone really wanted to share before we close out?
Thank you all for coming.
Yeah, shit, fuck. I mean, I was going to say exactly the same thing. How dare you be filled with more gratitude
had to
than
beat
me?
you to the punch, Dilly. Come
God
on.
damn it.
You were
Thank you,
overtaking
everyone.
me just before, so I had to, get you back.
You only
No,
get the benefits
after
of
that-
gratitude if you're the first to express it. That's a fact.
That's it.
Yep.
Gotta be the first.
Study show.
Yeah, thanks, everyone. And everyone
very
in the
great
chat as
time.
well, of course. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So much energy, so much love. It's been gorgeous. And this is not the end of the road. This is, in fact, the start of a new journey, vibration creation. We're going to be doing this in alternating Wednesdays. So come back in a fortnight if you want to catch more of this type of content, whether you've watched it on the live stream tonight or whether you're watching on playback tomorrow, because I've sent you the link and told you have to watch this because you're not a good artist until you do. The next element, the next thing that's happening with Vibe Union is on Saturday. We've got The Floor Is Yours, which is an open mic that we've just kicked off. And obviously with these lockdowns extending, we want to keep people engaged, and we want you to share your creativity in whatever way that manifests. So Saturday night is an open mic, short slots. Amutha, do you want to tell us a little bit about the format?
Yeah, I mean, I think there is no real format. We just want you to rock up and express yourself. Did I just undercut you there? So, like,
No,
I mean, I guess...
Are we talking 15, 20-minute sets each,
Oh,
or like a
thank
5-minute slot?
Actually, this is also something that's quite flexible, because I got asked today whether someone can do an entire set. And, we'd like to say 5 minutes or like one track. But we'll make exceptions. I especially want to see this person doing an entire set, so I'm super stoked to let them know that they might be able to. But yeah, come express yourself. You can do whatever you want. You can bounce around and dance.
How long is the set? We're talking 45. We're talking like an hour and a half. This is a
think
discussion
three-
to have on the side. But
This is true. You're getting the behind the scenes. I mean,
All we
look,
all need to know.
let's not
Saturday
be
night.
ridiculous with it.
like a
That's-
10-ish minute slot.
Yeah. 10 minutes is like
A loose 5.
You're maxing it
Let's
out
say a
there.
loose 5 and go from there.
Yeah.
if they put on
Loose
if they put
fire.
on a different costume halfway through, I think we can allow it.
I think they
a bit of-
might actually, knowing this person.
Glasses.
Okay,
Amazing.
encourage that, please.
Cool.
That'd be
I
cool.
absolutely will. So
Nice.
yeah, just come down and express however you feel. Even if you want to just yell for like 20 seconds and be like, "That's it from me. Back to you." That's cool.
So,
Like whatever
Amutha,
makes you.
is that
feel
really
like
what
you're-
we're trying to encourage here?
I mean, look, we're encouraging genuine self-expression. If that's true to you, then I appreciate it. But if you're doing it just to be a troll, then naughty, you're getting kicked off by karma. But like,
But what
look,
if being a
this-
troll is my true identity? What if?
Jeez, I can't argue with that. That's gonna leave a bit of controversy. I feel. I don't know.
Troll lives matter.
Troll lives do matter.
Oh my god.
Let's
actually
wrap it
really
up.
smart. All right, so what else have we got going on? By the way, if you enjoyed
Tomorrow.
Rhath's production work, then you need to tune in for Beats and Breakfast Beats with Rhath tomorrow, 9 a.m. on Twitch. Twitch.
Bring your eggies. Bring your eggies and your OJ and come chill with me. Make some beats.
It's going to be a damn fine time. We're making beats.
I think I'm going to
with
drop in for a
Rhath.
little bit.
Yeah, I might
I'll
drop in for a little bit too. And
I
see
think
what's
Emkew
up.
is actually joining me on the stream itself.
Wow.
It's gonna be a good time. So
Shout out, follow-
twitch.tv/Rhath. Go check us all out.
And also
and then
/MQ.
4
on the
p.m.
Twitch.
I'm going to be hanging out on the Twitch stream with Dilly Dave. Your boy's going to be on Twitch all day tomorrow. I might even Twitch stream all of that from the side. And
Just switch it
basically, I don't care about my privacy anymore. Y'all can just watch everything that I do because until I get given my Tesla bot solely for the purpose of streaming, I'm not going to count myself a success in streaming, and I'm not going to stop doing it. So let's all just keep streaming. 9 a.m. tomorrow, Rhath, Breakfast Beats on Twitch. 4 p.m. tomorrow, Dilly D, Breakfast Beat, not breakfast, Grounded with Dilly Dave at 4 p.m.
Dilly Dave TV. Thank you very
Dilly
much.
Dave TV on Twitch,
Also, it's
twitch.tv/DillyDaveTV.
Rhath Music for me as well.
Rhath Music on Twitch. You will be able to find links to all of these things on Vibe Union's Facebook and Instagram. They'll be shared up in the stories and things like that as well. So do go check those things out. Saturday night, the floor is yours. Next Wednesday, we'll be back at it here on YouTube with the Talking Blue live stream. So that's spoken word poetry. But some of the people in the chat have been incredible contributors to that as well. Chief among them, I've got a lot of time for Tiger Balm MC, Michelle. So if you've got a little something new to share with us, that'd be great to have. But look, above everything else, there's always stuff going on. And even if there's not, or even if you're not feeling that stuff, feel free to drop a message to Vibe Union in the DMs on Facebook, on Instagram, on whatever. Come drop a comment on this stuff. A bunch of us are always checking those channels, and we'd love to have a chat with you. If you just want some ideas for creativity, just want to have a chat, just want to be a part of something. It is a deeply rewarding feeling to be a part of this community, and really, really feeling the love tonight, really feeling this creative, positive, connective energy. And I hope you've all felt it too. Thank you all for joining us. One more time, we're getting to do this on Wurundjeri land, stolen land. And we hope that the steps that we've taken tonight and the steps that we all can make as a community going forward will be those of harmony, and can be really cognizant of the fact that we have a long way to go to treat one another with harmony and respect and kindness, but also the land. Any final thoughts for y'all for tonight?
Sounds good. Maybe we throw up the Vibe Union banner. We play this track and we
play the track one last time.
Boogie on out.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Big
All
ups.
right. Good night. Thank you to
Bye.
everyone for joining in. This is the track one more time. Unnamed, untitled, unmastered, but it's a damn fine hottie. Thank you for joining us. My name is MQ. We're VU. Love all of you.
Yeah, I see you creeping around the corner of my
Ah,
What happened there, guys?
Oh, let's take it back from the start. Take it back from the start. Here we go.
Yeah, I see you creeping around the corner of my brain. Yeah, you're trying to trick me into thinking of you. That's insane. And though I'm fighting, I'm falling further into your grip. And if I blink once, I might just fall even further and miss my sense of being now. I'm being now. I'm seeing now. I'm receiving now.
If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spill my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in a booth. All the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness. If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spill my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in a booth. All the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness.
Am I doing enough to feel like I'm a thrive? Cause I never aim so low as to celebrate, just surviving. Trying to be the best I can be. Feels pretty fucking hard when I can't even leave my goddamn home, let alone my own head. And it don't really help that I'm wasting time in my bed. But if I'm so fed up with fearing and leaving loved ones on red, then I guess I gotta change something, change up the gear that I'm in. That's how I'm meant to be, shit. What's that meant to mean? I don't get. Reality is just how it is. And who knows how much time we got left.
If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spill my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in a booth. All the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness. If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you. Heavy with the heartache, gotta spill my truth. Feeling real pent up, put it in a booth. All the lights are out now, I can deal with darkness. If I'm feeling broken, I should tell you.